in town? Boys are back in town. Ooh, Sean Marie. Hello, hello. Welcome. Let's do this. As a Diane. Hello, beautiful. Lovely, lovely. Lovely, lovely. I am Brandy Harvey. Who's Brandy Harvey? Dog producer, master the mic, helping leaders. Let's see. Mr. AJ. Welcome, my lovelies. Hello, Kale. I see you. Oh, Diane, thank you. That's so sweet. Hi, you had a good live stream, Diane? Mr. AJ.
Kim about to pick the daughter up from school.
Dondra, hi. The calm before the storm. Yes, it does to losers. I never disagree with that. You must be such a loser to be controlling, insecure, stuck in the past, PP obsessed. 100%. Also matters to liars, matters to people who make up stories in their head, matters to people who don't take accountability for their own thoughts, emotions, and behaviors. Does that sound like a selection that a woman wants to make? No. So who does it matter to? The rejections. Quiet. Many new people came through. Oh, and chatted good. Wunderbar. Oh. His itchy nose. Baby girl. Hello, my love. Ooh. It's kind of like when I start a shift and I'm about to go on stage for the first time that night and get the little flutteries. I think I always get like a little flutteries when I start my live stream because like I'm stepping out on stage. Boys are back in town. Right, what did my husband say? Oh no, you don't want to. Okay, so what did I say, ladies? 100% of the people who say body count matters are liars. We have Steve here saying never said by a man, as though Steve wants to convince us he knows what every man has said. Steve is very delusional and mentally ill. He hopes we are also delusional and mentally ill enough to believe him. Unfortunately for Steve, women don't believe delusional, mentally ill people. Women know better. Women know that a man, not a guy like Steve, a man stands confidently in the present, actually assessing a woman for who she is, not making up some story in his head like a mental case. Mr. JW. Like a patient in a mental ward, he's here trying to tell us what other men think. You know, like Nick here. Nick is going to tell us what a man he's never met is going to do, right? Because he's delusional and mentally ill, and he hopes we are also delusional and mentally ill enough to believe him when he tells us what a man he's never met is going to do. Ladies, are you that mentally ill? yes or no in the comment section, please. What is this conversation? This is where I teach women how to pick the right person for a long-term relationship. A selection process always includes an exclusion process. So who do we select? Who do we exclude? We select the men who have everything we're looking for. We exclude the guys who do not. No, no, no. Don't take this person's advice. You'll end up married like her. You'll end up rejecting losers, never bothering with a loser, making out with an amazing man every single day. Look at that lost little soul, ladies. He's trying to misguide you. He's trying to get you to pick a loser instead of ending up with a man, right? Ladies, they're all liars. All you have to do to find out they're a liar is let them talk. You'll find out they're mentally ill, delusional, making up stories, lie, 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 lie. And you know what's even worse than the lies is the fact that they're so dumb, they believe their own lies. So not only are they liars, they're hella stupid too. No, no, no. Ellie Jane. Oh, Ellie Jane, you had a chat with Miss Holly. So Ellie Jane. Oh yes, I've been with my man for 20 years. Ladies, if you want what I have, long-lasting, happy, functional, close, intimate, affectionate, communicative relationship, follow my lead. Ellie Jane, how'd it go? Yeah, so these losers have no cope, right? They can't cope with reality. Body count matters because I controlled you before I met you. And I can't cope with you knowing your own body because you'll know I'm shitty. I can't cope with comparison. You'll know I'm worse. Ladies, these losers have no ability to actually cope with reality. Make sure you block and delete them. Ladies, you might end up single with no driver. I mean, my husband doesn't need to drive me around. He supplies a vehicle. What else are these lying losers saying in the chat, ladies? Let's see. The most wonderful, productive conversation. Good. Hi, Pam. Matters in what way? Who you did doesn't matter who you are. That's what matters. But losers want to practice misdirection like a magician. Look over here while I pull a trick over here so you think I fooled you, right? Look at who you did, not who I am, says the loser. With an inability to cope with his own dysfunction. Don't look at what I'm missing. We got to talk about who you did. Does that sound dumb to you? Oh, actually, my man has a low body count and I have a high body count. We've been together for 20 years. Never was an issue. You know why? Because my man's not a loser. This guy says I'm AI because he can't cope with reality. The reality that women don't pick losers. Is your mommy still paying your phone bill? My parents are very proud of me. Thank you very much. My daddy was just here. My daddy was over here last week visiting. But of course, these losers make up lies, lies, lie after lie, ladies. All you have to do to find out he's a liar is just let him talk. All you have to do to find out he's delusional is just let him talk. All you need to do to find out he can't cope with reality is let him talk. In your opinion, is a man being bothered by a girl's past only caused by insecurity? No. 1 or 4, all of 4, controlling, insecure, stuck in the past, PP obsessed. If it's just one of the 4, it disqualifies you because women don't pick that. Anything to sell a book to sluts, ladies? Look at this. He calls you names because you never did them. You never did them. You never will. He's so mad about that. And ladies, you picked a Chad. You picked a Chad instead of a loser. He gotta call you names for that, ladies. He's so unhappy. He's so unhappy. Look at this, ladies. If you're with a loser right now, which you'll know because you keep saying he's such an asshole, he did it again, right? He lied again, laid again, disrespected again, indifferent again, lazy again. Get rid of him. Use Comeback Queen to heal faster from the breakup or divorce. Come here and let me know that you dumped a loser. I'll ring a bell. This guy says it's opinion based because he got no facts, he got no science, but I have 3 facts for why body count does not matter to the people who practice logic and stick to facts, but these little losers can't handle facts. They go, it's opinion. It's all opinion. No, you have opinions because you're stuck in your emotion. I use facts. So ladies, get rid of the loser that you keep saying he's such an asshole. He did it again. Dump that loser. Use Comeback Queen. Heal faster from the breakup. Use No More Assholes to never make another mistake again. No more assholes in English. No More Assholes in Spanish. No More Assholes is an audiobook, ebook. It's bundled with some of my other books. You can even get No More Assholes as a workbook with bonus material. So you never ever settle for a loser again. He says this is opinion based. Ladies, if you want to pick a long-term partner and you want somebody with all these qualities, no less, do you ask them how many people they did, or do you spend time observing their behaviors? Facts, the only way you find out who they are is by observing their behaviors. If he's looking for a relationship, he knows the fact is the only way to find out what your character is by spending time with you. He doesn't want to acknowledge that because he's a loser making up stories in his head. He's going to ask you for a number, make up a whole story about who you are because he's that mentally ill and delusional. Fact number 3, if you wanted to know if he has an STD or STI, you need to ask him to go to the doctor, get tested, and show the test results. But this loser super spreader doesn't ask for test results because he comes from the ACC, you know, the armpit chlamydia clan. They don't know how to practice safe sex. That's why they say more bodies means more STDs, because they came from 0 education whatsoever. No information in here. It's empty. If you holler in their ear, you hear an echo. It's so empty. The super spreader is going to ask you for a number. You're going to say 3, 4, 5. Doesn't matter what number you tell him. He's going to tell himself. That means you don't have anything. He's not going to ask you for testing. He's a super spreader. Unsafe. Anyways, little losers don't like facts. Ladies, moving on, when you get into a relationship with a man who loves you more than dysfunction, justifying. Look at the ego. He's so egotistical, ladies. Who you did before him was all about him, right? Did we write egotistical? Did we write egotistical? Oh, no, we didn't. Looks like he's a rejection. He says her first love broke her heart. Oh, I'm 53. I forgot all about him with my 20-year relationship with a man who treats me better than anybody else ever has. Oh, that must make you so upset. I'm so loved. We haven't had a fight in 20 years. Oh, sorry, 10 years. Together 20, no fights in 10, because mama knows how to take responsibility for her own thoughts, emotions, and behaviors, and so does my husband. No arguments, no fights. I made out with him at supper time. The thing is, a pathetic loser says, poor guy, when a man is happy. You know why? Because misery loves company. Losers don't want other people to be happy. How dare you be happy, ladies? These losers don't like that. That's why you need to get my free book. Ladies, there's a free book in the link in my bio, Fake Love Need Not Apply. I'm going to block and delete this loser because he keeps yapping in my comment section. I'm really not interested in what he says. I know he's just a yapper and crazy, you know. I love you back. So, ladies, the free book in the link in my bio is Fake Love Need Not Apply, How to Identify and Safely Remove Posers, Losers, Scammers, and Predators. That's the free book button. Help yourself. Dating 101 is for your teens. Now that you know better, Then to pick the loser, they're looking for people who don't know better, and that's your uneducated teens until you do educate them. So make sure you get them dating 101. If you don't have a father, will you end up like these losers? Oh, you're one of the losers. Well, hasn't your daddy already left? Hey, remember when he went to go get cigarettes 15 years ago and never came back? All right? Anyway, men who want to heal faster from a breakup or divorce and want to pick the right long-term relationship, make sure you grab yourself a copy of The Perfect Play. Here goes another loser biting the dust. Adios, loser. I don't like to let them linger for too long because then they start to think they got some meaning. You're meaningless. You're a -1. You've already told us you're worthless. Don't forget, ladies, the males who say the more males a female has been with, the more she loses value. Don't forget they're telling you, my belief is males like me have a less than 0 value, because if he was a 0 and you were a 1 out of 10, you'd still be a 1. But he has to be so worthless. He's a -1, ladies. We don't listen to -1s. We don't listen to worthless males. We block and delete them. We make them non-existent. They need to go fix themselves, but they're not going to distract us with their dysfunction. Ladies, make sure you work on your self-esteem. Abusive people require that you have low self-esteem in order to abuse you. Diane?
Just wanted to point out a newbie, excuse me, Vamiel or Vamiel was also asking about the men's books. And then you had a comment earlier on, I think it was a Pam or something. Anyway, she said that her like 28 or 29-year-old son doesn't have luck with ladies, something like that. So she bought him your book. So I just wanted to point that out.
Perfect Play. Good. I'm here to help. Hi, Pam. You got him a copy of The Perfect Play? Has he started reading it yet? Do you know? Ladies, if you need to increase your self-esteem, you can do that with the Glow Up Journal. You can do it inside the journal, or you can do the digital version in the link in my bio. This is a 60-day guided journey by me where you do daily exercises. So you can do it inside the book, or you can get the digital version where you get an email a day for 60 days. If you want to be like mama and get paid doing what you love, this is custom made. This is career coaching. 2 parts: identifying your purpose, passion, and talent, and monetizing your purpose, passion, and talent. Another workbook, you'll be doing 2 writing exercises at the end of every chapter. And Say Yes to Goodness, 10 steps for a complete and happy you to help you elevate your happiness in 10 areas of your life that affect you mentally and emotionally. Don't forget, you guys, I also have these workbooks as well, the Fix That Shit workbooks. Oh, Mr. Dia, that also have bonus material. So the Fix That Shit for Women workbook and the Fix That Shit for Men workbook. You know, they used to like come in hot right out the gate. Why are they starting to get scared? Are we driving the losers further underground? It's okay if they go underground, out of sight, out of mind. We're not going to bother with them anymore. And when they get tired of being in their caves and they want some sunlight, they can go get therapy so they can integrate better with the real world. You know, the world created by women, a safer world, a better world. In the dust. So ladies, this guy says he wants you to gain some basic common sense. So that's what we're doing with No More Assholes. We're no longer subscribing to a patriarchal way of dating that says kiss a loser before you know he's a loser. Let somebody kiss you on a first, second, third, fourth date. go with the flow, as the losers like to say, which is code for let me get access to your body before you know what I'm missing, right? So what am I teaching you, ladies? I'm teaching you common sense. I'm teaching you to define yourself, to know what you deserve so you never settle for anybody subpar. I'm teaching you boundaries so you can do your observation arm's length first, because you need to be far enough back so I can actually see what you're made of. Common sense, ladies. No kissing, no sex, no sleepovers, no exclusivity. Minimum 3 months. Don't give a stranger too much access to your life. Common sense. Body count doesn't matter, because who you did or didn't do is not who you are. Common sense, ladies. Let's go. Come learn this common sense. I'm going to get rid of this little loser here, filled with storytelling and lies and delusions and mental illness. I'm going to make up a story about somebody without actually knowing who they are and believe what I tell myself. Slowing things down to observe is common sense, of course, Brad. I'm going to bring myself in just for funsies. Lovelies, watch your ears if you were wearing a headpiece. Why does it do that? I can see clearly. Am I making fun of your mental illness? Only if you show me you're mentally ill, and then I'll make fun of you for being mentally ill. Are you somebody who makes up stories in their head and believes their own stories, and you're coming here trying to convince me that the story you made up is actually the truth? I will mock you unmercilessly. Wait, was that a word? Mercilessly? There we go. I will most definitely mock you. You're welcome.
I think unmercilessly would end up being mercifully.
Right.
It's like a double negative. Yeah.
Mental illness is a joke. You know what a joke is? All these little losers coming here going, I'm going to tell you what every man thinks. That's a joke. Who you did is who you are. That's a joke. So I turn these mentally ill jokesters into punchlines. As I'm pretty talented. Are you impressed? I'm real good at this. Right, ladies? I'm really good at turning their delusions into punchlines. Their little fantasies into punchlines. I'm going to run around the internet and convince women to reduce their sexuality so that they'll pick me, somebody subpar. I turn them into punchlines. Would I date a man that slept with 1,000 bodies? You have to make that question less shallow by moving above the belly button. Are you capable of not being shallow? Can you tell me if the person with 1,000 bodies has all of these qualities? Yes or no? I don't answer shallow questions because I can't think that low. Body count is gross. Everybody tell Jacob to close his legs. Jacob got to close his legs, Jacob. Close your legs. IDK, I'm going to wait for your answer. Hello, Marie. Oh my God. Some people are here with no self-control, no self-respect. Hello. Oh, is that a butt dial? I think that was a butt dial. Oh, here you go. I know. What happened? Don't be afraid. If you're smart and logical, you have nothing to fear. If you're smart, logical, and respectful, you definitely have nothing to fear. Ah, Maria, that was cute. Oh. Hi, what topic are you here for?
Body count.
So that's a facts over feelings debate topic, not an individualized debate. We're not debating you on you. We're only debating this in a factual or scientific way only. That means you don't start a sentence with I think, I feel, my opinion, my experience. Do you think you can do that debate with me?
Yes, but I'm from Germany, so my English can be a little bit bad, but I will give my best.
Okay, so I'm hearing some background noise. Can you not do anything and treat this like a show, like you're sitting on stage and you're minding your microphone and not making any other noises? Can you do that?
Yes.
Okay, so a little bit of ground rules. If I hear any background noise, I will be removing you, just so you know, okay?
I have headphones on. Maybe it's because of it. Wait, I have to put it down.
Okay.
So, do you hear me now better?
I hear you better, yes, better. Good, good. Okay, so facts or science only. A fact would be like this. Would you agree this is a key?
Yes.
So I agree as well. A fact is something outside of me and you, agreed upon on site because it is so obvious. If you wanted to bring a science, you have to bring 4 pieces of information: title of the peer-reviewed study you read, website you found it on, page number and paragraph number. You give that to us first. We go find what you found, and then you can say it out loud. And this is how we ensure there's no amplification of lies, fear-mongering, and disinformation. Fair?
Okay.
All right, I'll let you go first. What do you have, facts or science?
Science.
Mm-hmm. Title of the peer-reviewed study?
No, sorry, I mean facts.
Okay.
So that why body count matter?
No. You're not talking about yourself. If you talk about yourself, I'll remove you because I'm not here to listen to you talk about you. You're not the subject. Do you see what this says above here? Your name isn't there, right? So don't talk about you because I'll stop you because I'm not here to listen to you talk about you. I'm not interested. I'm only interested in discussing this in a factual or scientific way only. Do you understand?
Yes. I don't talk about myself.
Mm-hmm. So
I
no
talk-
facts, no science? You don't have anything?
You know the holy book? Religion?
Oh God, no, we don't do mental illness. We don't do delusion. We don't do a book written by dudes with daddy issues. Do you actually believe in the Bible?
I believe in the Quran.
So who wrote that, by the way?
Who wrote it?
Yeah.
People.
Huh?
People.
People,
Yes.
right? So you're reading a book written by people and you believe everything they say? You're like that?
Yes.
All right, you go ahead and you have the life you deserve, okay?
You don't believe in
No,
books
no,
or
goodbye.
science?
No, I don't
Yeah, you
believe
see,
religion.
you don't have
That's
a
not
man.
science.
Mental
That
illness.
is not science.
Mental illness.
Your book is not science.
Not
My
at all.
goodness.
Not at all.
They believe in, like, their prophet married a 6-year-old and raped her when she was 9. What are you talking about? That is not science.
Hi, Catherine. Catherine, have you seen me before? Is this your first time seeing me? It is. And this is why we don't listen to people who subscribe to religion, because what they believe in is toxic. First time. Hi, Catherine. So my name is Chantal Hyde. I wrote a ton of books on dating and relationships. If you Google who is Canada's best dating coach, you're probably going to see my name. I teach you, here, let me grab this. I teach you how to pick somebody who loves you more than dysfunction. I teach you how to be functional enough in a relationship to have a zero fight relationship. You're going to find we have a very wonderful community here. You're also going to see me deal with some delusional, toxic, mentally ill, lying storytellers quite efficiently. Hi, what's your name?
Hello. Do you want me to just give my first name? Is that
Sure.
okay? It's Aiden. I
What
kind of had a. I, oh, I'm sorry. You go ahead.
Well, I was going to ask what topic you're here for, but I'll let you ask your question.
So I just got out of a 4-year relationship, and it's rough. My question is, do you have any tips to get over the kind of overwhelming anxiety that is associated with that? So I'm like just
Yeah.
obviously because obviously there's no just like immediate, oh yeah, no, tomorrow you're gonna wake up and fine. There's no like cure that you can just take to handle heartbreak.
Yeah.
How do you just how do you go from seeing somebody as your world to not seeing them as that?
So let me. I'm very good at language, speaking, choosing appropriate words. So I'm gonna switch up what you just said. How do you go from seeing somebody as the center of your world to no longer seeing them that way? How do you go from seeing somebody as the center of your world to seeing yourself as the center of your world?
Okay.
Do you like that switch?
That feels a little bit better.
Yes, my love, I'm really good at this. So I wrote a bunch of books and I pulled out 3 for you that I think would help you. So The Perfect Play is my dating book for men. This starts with breakup repair. So this starts with healing your heart faster because I use science and I biohack your body. The things I have you do are so super easy to do, but they switch up your way of thinking and they literally change your brain structure. So the healing journey that I send you on with what I'm going to show you is going to expedite your healing process while increasing your self-esteem at the same time. Now, the bonus with that is that the number one most attractive trait in a person is confidence. So as you do your healing journey and also increase your self-esteem simultaneously, when you are ready to date, which is the second part of this book, you will date efficiently because I teach you how, effectively because I teach you how, but also confidently because I teach you how. Meaning you will be sexier, more attractive, and increase your opportunities when you're ready to pick somebody. I'm going to teach you how to pick somebody who loves you more than dysfunction. A fourth book I'm going to pull out, which you may want to get at this time, maybe not, is Fix That Shit for Men. Having a long-lasting relationship that is functional and happy and good on a pretty much daily basis, it's a 2-part process. You have to pick the person who loves you more than dysfunction. You have to choose functional behaviors. So communication, conflict resolution, being able to pave the way for dealing with things without creating distance in your relationship. So I would start you with this one. If you pick one to start with, I would start with The Perfect Play because it's exactly what you need right now. If you want to layer more on top of this, I would also suggest Say Yes to Goodness. So talking about that happiness and you centering yourself and finding your happiness is going to radiate out from you. Say Yes to Goodness helps you look at 10 areas of your life that are affecting you mentally and emotionally and gives you insight into how to navigate each of those 10 areas so that you're happy in all those 10 areas, creating a lot of happiness throughout your life. If you need work on your self-esteem, like work, we're going to add the Glow Up Journal to this. This is a journal that you work in for 60 days. I guide you through specific exercises over the course of 60 days And what this does, again, biohack your brain, changing your brain structure at an expedited pace. So some of the work you're going to find in here, it gives you a spot in here to do it. And there's some other things I'm going to have you do in here as well.
Okay. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Also, Apollo, additionally, on top of her books, if you want to unpack it, I can also help you on my lives. I do energy healing work Sunday through Thursday, starting at 8:30 p.m. Eastern. So you can pop by, and it goes really well with the work that Chantal offers you and the teachings in her books.
Okay. I appreciate that. I am 21, by the way, so I'm just kind of view it as this. I'm this 1-year-old adult.
Have you
So-
ever meditated?
What'd you say? I'm sorry.
Have you ever meditated?
I've tried it. I'm like a severe overthinker, so it's hard for me to like truly silence everything that's going on around me.
Yeah. So here's the thing. I don't teach you to do meditation silently. I have one of those brains that constantly is making noise. If it's not a song, if it's not words, it's just something going on a loop, like a little phrase going on a loop. Like my brain goes. So my meditation, the way I teach you, has words. So instead of trying to silence your mind, you're directing your mind. So for people like you and me, I make meditation super easy.
Okay.
Now, let me tell you why you want to do it, okay? Harvard did a study where they have people come in, do an MRI scan, go home, meditate for 8 weeks, come back, do another MRI scan, and their brain changed shape in 2 places. The amygdala shrank. That's the part of your brain that produces stress, fear, and anxiety, which are the emotions you're trying to run away from right now. But the thing is, you can't run away from those emotions till you change the part of your brain that's producing those emotions. So we shrink that part of your brain, making your capacity for those emotions lesser.
Okay.
If you go to her YouTube, if you look up Chantal on YouTube, Canada's Dating Coach, she has a whole, what's it called? A playlist
Yes,
on meditation.
meditation list, yeah.
Yeah, and if you pick any of the Rich Pendlebury ones, they're awesome. I also think a lot. My brain is always active, but I use, which one is it? Repair and Reset is like the best one to get started. It's 45 minutes. And honestly, there's always a point in it, and you might not have the same experience, but that one particularly, there's a point where all of a sudden my brain just shuts off and I go into this like nothing. The Rich Pendlebury ones are really, really awesome. I highly recommend. And even if you only do 5 to 10 minutes to start and build your way up, it's really good. I like to meditate first thing in the morning when I wake up. It's my favorite time to do it because then I'm starting my day fresh.
Gotcha. Okay.
The instructions that I give you are so super easy, very easy for you to do, and it's a busy brain meditation. So I have you using your brain, but I also have you understanding that no matter how many times you go think of other things, you're actually still being productive when you sit down to do it. So let's put it this way. You think meditation doesn't work for you because you go think something else 100 times in 10 minutes, right? But what if I gave you $1 every time you brought your attention back? So you thought something else 100 times, came back to the music 100 times. You walked away with $100. Were you a failure?
I'm $100 richer.
Exactly. Do you consider that a fail?
I'd consider that a win.
Exactly. And that's what meditation is. Don't think you failed because you thought something else 100 times. Consider it a win that you brought your attention back 100 times.
Okay.
The fraction of a second is a fraction of a shrink, okay?
Gotcha. And then, like my last question, how do I know if I'm okay or just masking?
Who cares? Who cares? If you feel okay and you're just masking, you feel okay. It's about the feeling above everything else. Am I good today? I'm good. Why am I good? Who cares? I'm good. Good is always good.
Okay, that helps. Okay.
Good is always good.
Thank you for your time. I appreciate it. I have all the books and the videos saved for when I actually have a second of free time to look into it.
Okay. If you when you're ready, you can use the button in the link in my bio. It takes you straight to Amazon.com, my author page. It'll be super easy to find my books that way.
Awesome. Thank you so much.
Yeah, you're welcome.
I just wanted to add before you go, for the meditation thing, what Chantal was saying about, just like letting it happen. When we add a layer of judgment to our stuff, we're literally like adding a layer of resistance or of pain. So let go of that judgment that you're putting on yourself for not doing it right, quote unquote, the meditation.
Yeah.
Just try it. It's just about allowing, it's actually about just allowing those thoughts to come in and out and in and out and in and out. And eventually like your brain will empty. So don't judge yourself on top of it, because then you're adding shit. You know what I mean?
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, thank you all for your time.
Come back anytime. Keep me updated, okay?
Will do. Thank you.
Yes, you're welcome. Bye, my love.
Bye.
I love his ducky. Oh my goodness, your ducky's so cute. Grizzle, what should we call you? What's your name?
You can call me by my username here, Grizzle.
Bear? Call you Bear?
I'd prefer Grizzle. I mean, that's my username.
Oh, I prefer Bear, so I'm gonna call you Bear.
Well, what's your name?
Chantal Hyde, actually. There it is right there.
Hi, Chantel. I prefer to call you Pseudo, so I'll just call you
Pseudo.
Pseudo.
I don't care. Doesn't matter. See? I'm not attached.
Pseudo and Bear chatting it up.
There you go. So what topic are you here for?
I see that body count doesn't matter. I see that recycled on everybody's lives, so I thought I'd chat about that.
Okay. Well, on everybody's lives, they might not be doing it the same way I do, because I do facts over feelings. Are you here to talk about your fifis, or are you here for facts?
No, I'm here to talk about facts.
Excellent. So what kind of facts do you have for the topic then?
Well,
Oh, by the way, just before you start, if it smells like science, I need 4 pieces of information before you can say it out loud. Because here we do facts, not people pooping in their hand and then calling it science. We need to go find the science. So if you wanted to bring a science, I need title of the peer-reviewed study you read. The website is on, the page number and paragraph number, where you read the words in that scientific study that you want to tell us the study says. And we'll go find those words, and then you can say it out loud. And this is how we ensure there's no amplification of lies, fear-mongering, and disinformation. Is that fair, Bear?
Yeah, that's fair, Pseudo.
Yes, excellent. So, what do you have?
Well, I think when you
No,
say
no, no, no. What you think is irrelevant. I said facts or science. A fact doesn't start with I think. Do you think this is a key, or is this in fact a key?
well, you're really boxing
No,
me
I just
in
asked
here.
you. No. Here's what's going to happen here, my love. When you hear an inflection at the end of a sentence, that's a question. So, do you think this is a key, or is this in fact a key?
I think that's a key.
You think, but I say this is a fact. I say this is a key, and that's a fact. So here's the thing. If you don't understand or cannot confirm a simple fact, I don't bother wasting my time on people who are not grounded in reality. I'm going to let you try again. Do you think this is a key, or is this in fact a key?
I think it's a key, and I
I'm going to
think
have to let you go,
you're
because this is
batshit. You are
listen,
batshit,
you're
woman.
pseudo delusional, because you can't acknowledge a simple fact, but you think I'm going to have a conversation with somebody who can't acknowledge a simple
Body
fact.
count.
So when I'm talking to somebody, Let me have my meme. Let me have my clip. Let me have the work that I'm going to put out into the world to teach people. Don't do that to me. Oh, divorced. Yes, divorce. Ladies, always divorce the ones who are not good enough for you. Use Comeback Queen to heal faster from the divorce. We don't stay with subpar. We get rid of subpar. We leave subpar. We divorce what does not fit. Okay, so we get rid of religious delusionals, block, delete, cleanse, remove. We don't let mental illness stay in our environment. So this batshit crazy loser doesn't know what a key is, and he thinks I'm gonna waste my time with his stupidity? With his stupidity, eh? I think that's a key. Is he still yapping like a moron in my comment section? Is there a reason why somebody who's so stupid he doesn't know how to recognize a key is yapping in our vicinity as though women should pay attention to a loser? Is that what was
Chantal,
happening? Yeah.
would you prefer I not mention my live when
No,
we're
do it.
talking to people for your okay, because I don't want to like okay.
No. Do it. Absolutely do it, my love. Yeah. Hi, Snow.
Catherine, when she comes into the request, she's been wanting to come up. She has to fix something in her settings to be able to come up, though. She said she's going to come back.
Oh, Pam is here too. Sorry, I didn't see that.
I didn't mean to. I didn't mean to.
You're cute, Pam.
Despite the long hour was under the deck. She said that she
So cute. What do you do if my girlfriend has a problem with your body count? So what do you mean she has a problem? Like, what are the behaviors that she's exhibiting? Taco, come talk to me. Come talk to me. I'll help you deal with this. I know. I saw him in the comment section. I wanted to play. I wanted to play. Like, I wanted some entertainment. Kitty cat got no ball. I wanted to play. So, ladies, it's really funny when males say the word divorce as though it's a bad thing for you to leave a loser, right? The only thing divorce is bad for is the males we leave, right? That's why they try to say the word divorce like it's a bad thing. Oh, bitch, you divorce. Yeah, honey bunny, I got my freedom. I leveled up. I picked a better man. Yes, I'm divorced. Absolutely. I teach women to divorce. I listen, I break up so many relationships. I am proud of myself. Listen, I've been barely ringing this lately. Like, women are smartening up without me. Women are smartening up en masse. I've had so many less women coming to me saying I left him because they're not picking a loser in the first place. Notice that, Diane? A lot less people coming here saying they broke up because they're not picking losers anymore. Oh, they were 65. Look at the delusion. Sorry, Diane.
Saying that's true.
Yeah. Ladies, pay attention to the comments. The little delusional liars in the comments, right? Making up stories in the comments, false accusations in the comments. Don't forget, ladies, let them talk. It's how you get rid of them. Breaker, a ball and chains. That's right. I smashed those chains. Definitely notice that. Meh. Tap, tap, tap.
Taco, why would you choose to be with somebody who's so insecure that they're worried about your past, about how the people you had sex with? That's the thing here, right? When we encourage people to select functional people and get rid of people who ask you about your body count or who care about your body count.
So, Taco, how long have you been with your girlfriend for? There are good men. Yes, I got one too.
I said to one of the guys in the comments earlier, it's funny that it seems like we actually like men more than they do.
No. Well, I mean, my husband is happy with me, right? My husband is serviced by me mentally, emotionally, physically. I look after this man like so super well. And losers go, poor guy, because they can't handle men being happy. Mr. Taco, hi.
Hello.
Hi.
Hi.
So let's work on this a little bit. How long you been with your girlfriend for?
Over a year now.
Okay. And do you have any other issues with her other than that, than her having a problem with your past?
Um, I mean, it's just kind of mainly surrounding that. She does have a pretty traumatic past, which kind of bleeds into our current relationship.
Got
Some of
it.
that includes the fact that I, I guess I do have a bigger body count than she does, which in this
Okay.
case, she just had one other prior boyfriend than me
Yeah.
before me, and I've had just one other girlfriend, but I've had other like I guess sex partners.
Yeah. And there's nothing wrong with that, by the way. Were they consensual?
They were, yes.
Did you put the
Um,
effort in to give them pleasure?
yes, I do. I guess I
You
can say there
did
was no complaints from there.
you did nothing wrong. So I don't want you to feel ashamed despite her feelings, okay?
Right.
Okay. By the way, don't move
Uh,
around when I'm talking, okay? Can you make sure you don't move around when I'm talking?
yes.
Okay. So, what's going on? What's the background noise?
I'm sitting down. I just had to sit down. I'm good now.
Okay. So, the only problem you have with her is she goes into her imagination and gets emotional about her imagination, correct?
Right. She would randomly bring up my past, or she would go through my phone. Initially in the relationship, I did have them like some of those women still on like my history. My history, I mean my contacts, or in like my Instagram. I wasn't hitting them up or talking to them at all. They were just still there, mainly just forgetful that they were even there. I guess that's kind of where it started. Um,
Is she in therapy at all?
she is. She definitely is.
And what does she tell you about what she's doing? Is she like, I'm sorry I'm this way, or is she like, I'm this way because of you?
Um, she would say that it's. I guess she would never really say either of those. I mean, she would apologize in the end, or just kind of just not mentioning it anymore for a while. But at random points, if she gets a hint or an assumption that I'm like talking to another woman, or we have an argument, she'll just say like, "Go back to your host," or like, "Go talk to your host." Like, you obviously don't love me, but there's never any like I've never done that at all. I've never hit up or want to hit up anybody from my past, and I'm just not sure how to like get through her through that. Not that I don't have no interest in anything in my past.
So here's the thing, my love. There's nothing you can say or do. She has to do the work because it's her brain causing the problem, not your behaviors. Would you agree?
Um, I will say there is. I mean, I guess thank God that I'm completely anonymous because there is something I have to reveal. Um, I said I never cheated on her. I never hit up anybody from my past. But initially, early in the relationship, I was still, I guess, recovering from, I guess you could call it a certain porn addiction.
When you say
Uh,
certain, is it just something illegal?
no.
No.
No, just standard old
Okay.
porn, specifically with OnlyFans. Um,
Oh, and that's an interaction, my love. That is kind of cheating.
yes, absolutely.
Yeah.
And I completely opted to that, agreed to that,
Yeah.
and understood that. For me, me personally at the time, I was just embarrassed to admit it.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't want to admit it. that I was doing that because of the shame that I would felt, and I wasn't strong enough to like admit to it at the moment. So I ended up lying to her that I wasn't using it. Eventually, she did find out,
Right.
and I took everything she said and I accepted it, and I've no longer have that issue at all. It never got to anything serious. Like I wasn't like, crippling debt because of it. It was just $3 or $5 here and there. She told me that she is okay with porn itself. She's just not okay with OnlyFans.
Because it's an interaction.
Right.
Yeah.
Yes. Right. I mean, I'm not trying to give myself excuses, but I never really had conversations with him. I just paid for the access. But I guess at this point it doesn't matter because it's still a breach of trust, anyways.
Yeah. So, what did you do for her to be able to assure herself that you're no longer consuming that? Did you give her like your password so she can check whenever
Yes.
she wanted to?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And does she still have all your passwords and stuff?
She does.
Okay, so nothing wrong with that. When a woman is cheated on, and again, interaction, right? And that's what OnlyFans is it's for interactions. Otherwise, you would just go to the tubes. So, when a woman gets cheated on, she gets to rewrite the relationship contract, and you agree or disagree to the new terms. And I always say that the new terms in the contract is a trust building clause, and that would be access to passwords, maybe spyware, whatever she wants, whatever level she wants. You need to
Right.
satisfy that for her so she can see whatever she needs to see whenever she wants to without asking your permission to ease her mind. So it's fair for you to continue giving her access until she says, I don't need it anymore.
Yes. Yeah, we've been doing it for a year now,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
I haven't had any relapses. Like I said, I haven't.
I don't
I haven't done
detect
that.
any reluctance on your part, and I don't detect any resentment for giving her that access. It's just something for her to give her some peace of mind, and I don't feel like it bothers you at all. So it's a non-issue, but I'm just saying it to be said. Okay?
Yeah, it really doesn't. Like she could
Yeah.
keep the password and lock code to everything. I really don't. Doesn't really affect me at all. For as long as she wants. Like I said, it's not really changing anything for me.
Yeah.
I'm just afraid that because that did happen still,
Yeah.
I'm not sure if like she got a point of like never, like in any other aspect now, she will never trust me again.
So this is listen, you're taking steps for her to rebuild the trust, and it's like building a house. She needs to rebuild the trust, but she needs to do the work because it is her brain. Do you have pen and paper?
I have no, and no, I don't. But I have good memory. I can remember.
I'm going to be giving you some steps. I'm going to be giving you some talking points, and you're not going to remember everything I say. Good question, Diane. I'll ask him.
I'm not sure if I can use my. Let me go back inside and grab a pen.
Okay.
But I hear what you're saying. She's inside the house, and I don't want to bother her right now. She's
No,
taking
grab
a
a pen
nap.
and paper though, because again, I'm going to be giving you some details that you need to write down, because if you're missing some of these, it's not going to be as effective.
Yes.
Ooh. Can you hear me, Taco? Staring up the whole damn.
Okay, I'm good now.
Quick question before I start. Diana's asking, didn't you say at the beginning that you still follow certain accounts that she doesn't like? Did you say that? Was that something you said?
No, I think
No, I don't think
I
so.
misheard. No, initially in
Okay.
the relationship, yeah, I was using
Yeah.
And I lied to her that I wasn't using, but I was, and eventually she found out. Ever since then, I've fixed myself and my habits because I did go to therapy myself as well.
Good. Sounds good.
And yeah, but yeah, ever since then I haven't been doing any of that at all whatsoever.
Okay. So I'm gonna give you the work she needs to do, and this is what you're going to tell her about what she needs to do so that she stops vomiting into the relationship. Now, a vomit is when you come up with something in your imagination or you take a stressor that's not happening in the relationship. For example, a stressor could be shitty boss, bad traffic, bad day. Bad day, I come home, I fight with you because my day stressed me out. You're not my stressor, but you're my lightning rod. So if this is not an issue at this time because you have effectively addressed it with therapy and giving openness so she can ease her own mind whenever she wants to, you've done your part, but she needs to do hers and she has to stop vomiting. So the way she's going to stop vomiting is by taking responsibility for her own thoughts, emotions, and behaviors. Now, these are the books I recommend you get for the two of you. This is Fake Session for her. I had to do this. And then my audience said, write one for men, which I did. And I made it concise. So Fake Session for her has storytelling. Fake Session for men is concise. It is directions without the storytelling. So I do recommend you get these two books. I recommend you show her yours. You're going to go, hey, honey bunny, I was scrolling through TikTok. I saw this relationship coach and I saw her holding up this book and I thought, you know what? I always like to self-improve and be a better partner. So I wanted to get this. And I saw she had one for women too. I'm going to put this by the toilet. You can read a chapter whenever you sit down to poop if you want. They're really short and sweet. And that's how you present it to her, not as something she has to do, something she can do when she wants to. And you're going to do yours and let her curiosity get her into this book. Because if you present it as a demand, you might get a knee-jerk, don't tell me what to do reaction, and she will be resistant to diving in. Okay?
Right.
Okay. So you're going to say to her, I love you. I need you to get out of your imagination. I want you to understand. And by the way, take notes while I'm talking. Write down all the relevant things I say. I need you to get out of your imagination. I need you to stop making false accusations because a false accusation is abuse. There's no difference between somebody doing this and you defend yourself and somebody making a false accusation and you defend yourself. No, I didn't do that. No, I'm not that way. No, I didn't think that. There's no difference between defending and defending. If you're going to make an accusation without proof that I've done something wrong, that's a false accusation and that's abuse and that's not okay. And I need you to understand that.
Right. I understand.
Now, moving on to what she needs to do. Here are some of the things she needs to do. When she reads her book, she's going to see more things that she needs to do, but I'm going to give you some of those things, okay?
Okay.
She needs to start meditating. Meditation is going to shrink her amygdala, which is stress, fear, and anxiety, which is the emotions she's vomiting on you when her imagination triggers. Meditation is going to reduce her capacity to feel those emotions, helping her be more emotionally balanced. Okay?
Right.
So ask her if her therapist is teaching her meditation. Ask her if her therapist has talked about meditation. And if her therapist hasn't, tell her, anyway, because you don't want to tell her she has a shitty therapist if she's happy with her therapist. But her therapist should be getting into meditation if her therapist really knows about the brain. But if her therapist isn't, then say, listen, Harvard did a study. They had people come in, do an MRI scan, go home, meditate for 8 weeks, do another MRI scan. And when the researchers looked at the two scans side by side, they saw that the brain changed shape in two places. The amygdala shrank and the hippocampus increased in size. Hippocampus is introspection and compassion. That's your self-esteem. Amygdala is fight or flight, stress, fear, and anxiety. Your brain needs meditation because your brain is having a negative effect on our relationship. I understand why your brain is this way, because the amygdala is like a muscle. The more you pump it, the bigger it grows. You had, for good reason, stress, fear, and anxiety when we started our relationship. But you have all the passwords to everything. You can check everything anytime you want. You've been watching me for a while now. You know I haven't gotten back into that. We need to shrink your amygdala and stop pumping it. And that's what meditation is going to do.
Right. Okay. I've been
Another
afraid to even bring it up. But
Another thing that she needs to do is write a cheat sheet. So a cheat sheet is a piece of paper where she writes at the top what Taco says and does to prove to me that he loves me and is devoted to me. Because when she goes into that state of anxiety and stress and fear, she's having amnesia. She's not remembering the behaviors you show her that prove to her that you love her. So she needs to write a cheat sheet. And when she goes into that anxious state, she needs to do some meditation and read her cheat sheet and ground herself in reality. That happened then, but it's not happening now. So we got to come into the present.
yes. Okay.
Another thing she needs to do is a conversation flow chart. A conversation flow chart is where you learn to select your words carefully and appropriately, because when you don't vomit, you don't create distance in your relationship. Because Taco, if I threw up on your shoes, are you taking a step back?
Yes.
So when she vomits, there's a distance that's happening. It's not closeness, it's distance. So she needs to mind her behaviors, do the meditation, look at her cheat sheet instead of vomiting into the relationship. And that's how the conversation flowchart helps her choose what to do. Do you want me to help you understand the conversation flowchart?
No, I think I understand because I've been taking my own therapist as well. He's actually giving me similar ideas as well. And we actually are taking couples therapy too. It's just that in couples therapy, I've noticed in the past few months, he's recently opted to not bring up certain situations that we've gotten into. And the therapist, and I'm afraid to bring it up myself too, because I don't want to create more arguments. And the therapist doesn't want me to bring up anything without her. So it's just kind of weird in a weird situation of what I can bring up, what I can't, when is a good time to talk about certain things or not.
Okay. Well, try the Fix That Shit books.
Yes.
Read them. See if it gives you tools that you haven't learned yet.
Oh, for sure. Yeah, I'm definitely going to check those out.
Okay. And come back and let me know, okay?
Great. Thank you for the help.
You're welcome. Anytime.
Thank you.
Bye.
Did he say the therapist doesn't want him bringing anything up on his own?
I know. I bet my tongue.
That's suspicious.
Two.
But maybe
Je-
find another
today.
therapist. But just to finish what I was saying, I'm gonna mute this person. Sorry, that was incredibly loud. I was just gonna say maybe find yourself a different therapist that you could use for yourself. Because it just does seem like this could be your couples therapist, and then find somebody who's willing to work with you on your own, maybe.
Yeah. Ripple, Catherine, Miss Kitty Cat, Zombify. Hi, Ripple.
Hello. I've never done this before.
Hi, Catherine.
Hello.
What are we talking about, my love? I forget.
Okay. I just wanted to quickly just say body count doesn't matter in my books. Only health and safety matters, like making sure you're healthy for the next person. Um,
No
yes,
STD, like safe, right? Practicing safety, or if you do have an STD, STI, and making sure that there's disclosure.
exactly. Yeah. Going on to myself now. So I got out of two very bad relationships in my 20s. Domestic violence, controlling men, and I've just gotten to a point, it's been 3 years of being single, where I'm ready to go back into relationships. I've done a lot of healing. I'm no longer scared it's going to happen again. But I'm just wondering, like, what your advice would be, like, for someone who's just starting.
Don't pick a
No more
number.
asshole. Yeah. Awesome.
So, the dating current cultural methodology is kissing before 3 months, which is selection before observation, because you're basically selecting somebody before you know what they're missing. Whereas the
Okay.
methodology that I teach you is a corporate model of observation before selection. Corporations don't give benefits to people they should fire. The benefits that males want from you is to be able to get in your body and get in your home. So no kissing, no sex, no sleepovers, no exclusivity for minimum 3 months is observation before commitment. The reason why we choose 3 months is the same reason corporations choose 3 months. It's based on science and research, finding out how long it takes for people to have their facade fall off when they're putting up a front to try to fool you. Trust me, bro. I'm everything you're looking for. Go ahead and commit to me. Reject other people. Kiss me. Have sex with me. We're not going to do that. We say, nice job on the resume, nice job at the interview, but I don't take what people say at face value. I'm going to give you minimum 3 months to show me who you are. But if in those 3 months you find out they're not what you want on the first date or the 5th date or the 10th date, that's when you let them go. It's not, we're going to get to 3 months regardless of what you're missing, and I'm going to try to convince you to be who I want in that time. It's, I'm going to see who you are, and if I find you're not who I want, I just let you go, because I'm not a trainer, I'm not a teacher, I'm not a mommy, I'm not a veterinarian fixing broken wings.
Oh, perfect. Yeah, that is one of my issues, is the sort of person that sees the good in everyone. So even if I'm to the point I'm in denial, like I'm like, oh no, I can see you're a better person, and I make excuses and I get attached, and that's something I've had to work on. But
let me ask you this. Did you get attached because you started kissing?
probably.
Yes.
Exactly.
So what we're going to do, here's the thing. So, Catherine, how many fingers
Yes.
am I holding up?
I cannot see.
Exactly, because you let them come
Yeah.
in too close too fast. But when we go arm's length, now you can see what I'm missing. So this strategy is boundaries first, so I can examine you properly and see what you're missing before a kiss ever happens.
Wow, okay.
Yeah.
That will be a challenge for me.
Well, here's
Boys in
the thing.
Australia don't like that.
Here's the thing, my love. Do you want somebody with patience?
Yes.
Do you want somebody with impulse control?
Yes.
Will you
Absolutely.
be attractive to a patient man with impulse control if he does not see those qualities in you?
Sorry, repeat that.
Will a man with patience and impulse control find an impatient, impulsive woman attractive?
No.
No. So by
No.
you
Okay, yeah.
practicing this methodology, you become more attractive to the actual person you want to commit to.
Okay, yes. No, that makes perfect sense.
Yes.
Okay.
So this is 7 sections, and the first 3, you're not even dating yet. You're calming your mind and emotions. You're defining who you are to understand who you deserve. You are designing the person you're seeking so that when you see them, you recognize them, but you're also developing the courage to walk away from the wrong ones instead of letting them stick around waiting for their mating opportunity that they don't deserve.
Yes. Yeah, no, I get that. That makes sense.
So
That's amazing.
if you follow the instructions, listen, do you ever buy furniture from the store and you had to put it together?
Yes, I'm terrible at it.
Well, you'd be worse without the instruction manual, right?
Yes.
Exactly.
Yes.
So this is your dating instruction manual that gives you the ability to put it together more effectively and efficiently, and it's not going to wobble.
Yes. Okay, yeah, no, that makes sense. Yeah. I like that. I like that a lot.
Let me ask you this. Is your way of consuming a book paperback, ebook, audiobook, workbook?
Paper book.
Okay. So you sound like you're in England?
No, sorry, I'm Australian.
Australian.
About to
Yes.
say Australian, Chantel.
We're your cousins.
Okay.
We
My
love
assist-
Canadians over here.
My assistant is in Perth, by the way.
Oh, I'm in Perth.
Say hi to Laura for me.
Best city.
Okay.
Lucky, I love it here.
So order this from Amazon or eBay. There's resellers on eBay. Get this paperback in, read this, follow the instructions. Follow all the instructions. Do the work that I tell you to do because it builds you up into the person that is going to be attractive for the quality of man you're looking for. Patient, impulse control, communication skills. Listen, if he makes it to 3 months, you haven't been occupying each other's mouth with your kisses, meaning you're finding out all about him. So you're going to find out he's got good communication skills because he's not afraid to talk for 3 months, right? A dysfunctional male wants you to sleep with him so he doesn't have to talk. So you don't find out how he thinks and find out he's so dysfunctional.
Okay, yes, that makes sense. I might do a little bit of the same thing, to be honest. So I need to learn that myself. And like you said, like if I'm more patient and learn those skills myself, then I'll be attracting that sort of person. Because, yeah, I'm only just coming out of like a lot of healing. So I'm only stepping into my power now and learning how to sort of go from there, like with who I am as a person.
Yes. And I'm going to help you develop yourself. I'm going to help you increase your self-esteem, develop that courage, overcome fear, really calm your mind and emotions. Because when your mind and emotions are more calm, what you are better able to do is use logic.
Yes, yeah. I'm learning a lot because of my ADHD and how that's affected my attachment to people as well. So I've still got a lot of learning, and your book sounds amazing.
Thank you. I want to point out, just for fun, Catherine, take a look at this loose guy who said a lock that's opened by any key is a bad lock. This guy calls himself a key, Catherine. He's letting us know he's got a micropeen. He's letting us know that he's replaceable with $2, no more, because he's low value. And
I love that.
He's telling us he's garbage without a woman because, Catherine, when you found a lock when you found a key in your kitchen drawer and you went, what does this open? And you tried all the locks on your house and it didn't open anything. Catherine, what'd you do with that key, that useless key?
Oh, I'd probably just put it back in the drawer and forget about it.
Well, we throw ours in the garbage.
Yeah, so that should be good.
We throw the useless keys in the garbage. So when a male calls himself a key, he's really letting you know he's got nothing in his pants. He's super low value and he's garbage without a woman.
Yes, and I definitely think it is a manipulation tactic that's been forced on women for a very, very long time as ownership. So I completely agree.
If you were talking to a guy and he asked you what your body count was, what would you do?
I'd tell him I don't even really know anymore. It's
Incorrect.
I've been in so many. No?
Incorrect.
Okay.
Wrong answer.
Yeah.
Let me ask you this. Would you want somebody controlling, insecure, stuck in the past, obsessed with other males' genitalia, can't stop thinking about male genitalia. Is that on your list, Catherine?
No.
But
No.
what that guy just said is step aside and tell me about who you did, because I'm more interested in who you did than who you are. What that guy just said is he's afraid of comparison points, because the more comparison points you have, the more you're going to know he doesn't measure up. See, if you had no comparison points, you wouldn't know if he's big or small. But if you have another comparison point, he looks smaller. If you add a second comparison point, he looks much smaller. If you add a third comparison point, he looks tiny. He doesn't want you to know how tiny he is. He's also controlling because he wants to know if you followed his rules before you met him, because he told himself he controlled your body before he met you, and he wants to know if you followed the rules he set out for you. So if you're not looking for controlling, insecure, stuck in the past, PP obsessed, you don't answer the question because you have nothing to explain, nothing to justify for this egomaniac who said who you
Yes.
did before me is all about me. So you can answer
Yeah.
the question, my love. You block him.
Yes. I've actually never had anyone ask me that question before, so I just see it a lot on TikTok and people talking about it, but I've never been asked that question in my life, thank goodness, because it weirded me out.
Yes. If you were, you block him. You explain nothing, because this person is showing you he makes up stories in his head and he's abusive, because abusive people try to control you. He's showing you the red flag you need to walk away from immediately.
Yes, no, my last ex-partner, he tried to use my past against me all the time, and I'm trying to heal from that, and he would just not let me and try to keep me down like that. So definitely not letting that happen again.
Exactly. No more abusive males that are controlling, insecure, stuck in the past, or PP obsessed.
Yeah, exactly. I've had 3 children as well, so I don't see how body count could matter when I've given birth to 3 children, if that
It's
makes any sense.
it's not about your body, it's about controlling you.
Okay, yeah.
This is for your kids, by the way.
Dating 101.
Yeah. This is so that your kids don't make the same mistakes you did.
It's like you're psychic, because my poor 14-year-old has just gone through her first big heartbreak. He dumped her terribly. She's so heartbroken and sad, and I'm just trying to be there for her and not make her feel alone and not let her think him breaking up with her has anything to do with her value as a human. Yeah, she's a little heartbroken queen right now.
Catherine, I'm going to help you be a better mom. I'm actually
yes,
I'm going to help you teach her how to heal, because there's break up your pair in this. I'm going to help you teach her how to look out for herself going forward, and how to discern who's going to be a good person to be with and who isn't.
Yes, and she needs that, but she didn't get the best role models in me. She had to watch me go through hard times. So,
Well,
and now I'm like trying to make sure that doesn't happen to her as much as I can. You know, life's life, but do what I can to teach her how to handle it.
yeah. So we didn't have the best role models, which is why I needed to do this and I needed to do this.
Yeah.
This one is taking responsibility for your thoughts, emotions, and behaviors so you can have healthy relationships. This will make you a better mom too, by the way.
I had a quick question for Diane. Diane, isn't your son a similar age? And didn't you do Dating 101 with him, or did you just read it by yourself?
My son is 15. I gave him the book.
He was 14, didn't you?
Yeah, I gave him the book a couple of years ago. He's 15
Oh,
now.
okay.
I don't know. I'm not reading it with him. I'm letting him it's in his room. He's read some of it. Yeah, that's it.
Nice suggestion for him to flick through. That's what I do with my kids. I just leave things around instead of being like, hey, you should look at this. And then I see them looking at it without me telling them to do it.
So I would
And I wanted to,
go
sorry.
on. No, go on, Diane.
Well, I just wanted to say, because you were a little earlier when we were talking about the methodology, it can, I think, be a little bit difficult, right, when you're switching from one way of doing things to another. But I think that one of the important things to do on as well as centering you is decentering romantic relationships and romantic relationships with men, because that's where you can easily fall into the the mistake of, oh well, what will he think, and well, they won't want to wait, or like all of those things, like, oh well, then I won't be chosen, or I won't have been picked by a man. And that's often what women, straight women are thinking, right? Like, oh, I've not been picked, or I haven't been chosen. So decentering romantic relationships and men, and really really focusing on yourself, like in a real way, is I think one of the core and best ways to like enter into this methodology, which is why her book has so much like self growth stuff involved in it, because the more you focus on you, the less you're going to be bothered what other people think about you, especially guys that you don't even know. And you're already like, oh, I wish he, like, I hear, and I've done it too. I've done it when I was younger. You meet somebody, you go on one date, you kiss them, and then you're devastated when it doesn't work out, and you don't even know who they are yet, right? But it's because you're still wanting something that you don't have. And so filling yourself up with you is going to change the way you're functioning from the inside out and make the methodology a lot easier.
Yes, no, I 100% agree. I'm very slowly this year sort of come to terms. I faced my loneliness this year, and like, being a single mum, there's just times you want a man in the house to sort of take that weight off your shoulders. And then I did the work and I've done the steps to be like, I don't actually need that. I'm coping very well on my own, and like I'm very like trying to learn these things. I think I've still got a fair bit to go, but so I haven't really dated anyone in a while. So yeah, but it's something that's on my mind now, where I'm like open to it again, because I used to be like very afraid that I'd let another narcissist in and it will just, yeah. But I don't think I will anymore, because I've learned how to spot one. I've learned my boundaries, and I've learned what I did to let those people in, and I've put my boundaries up.
I think too, like, even, don't get me wrong, I understand everything you're saying, been there, I get it. But even this idea that, oh, like if I had a man, it would be easier around the house. It would be easier to have a partner, no matter what gender they are, right? No matter what sex they are. It would be easier to be two people taking care of a home. But just because you have a man doesn't mean that they're going to be able to fix things, right? So again,
Yes.
it's a story. It's a story. It's a story that comes from the society that we've been brought up with. This idea that you need to be a man and a woman. This, that we're not enough. Like, you can hire somebody. It's just part of the whole narrative that we need to break away from.
Yes, I agree, 100%, because I've had men around the house, and my life's usually more difficult.
Exactly. Same experience. So that's why I'm saying it doesn't mean shit, right? Yeah.
Yeah, not
Just
all men, but the men I've chosen have wanted mums, not
you had
partners.
you had guys, men make your life easier. Guys will take, men contribute.
Yes,
So
I've learnt that.
let me know, my love, when you get these. Let me know when you read them. Let me know what you think. Let me know how things are going. Will you keep us
No,
updated?
I'm really excited. I'm going to go order them now. I just stumbled across you just before, and you made me laugh with the "we don't do mental illness here," and
Yeah.
I love the way you handle when people take that topic and twist it how they want to twist it. So it made me giggle, and it was lovely to meet you all,
You
and I'm
too.
looking forward to it.
All right.
I don't know how to request.
I'll
I've
help
never
you.
been on the line.
Thank you, my love.
Bye.
I was just gonna say, I would like. Oh, I have bars. Can you hear me?
Yeah, but you're muted.
You can hear me?
Yeah, kind of.
Okay. Okay. I was just gonna say, I would like to see all heterosexual women kind of like get out of that mindset of wanting to be picked and instead really recognize that we are the selectors.
Hmm.
Women are the selectors, and empower yourself with that knowledge. Because wanting to be picked is so disempowering. It's really gross to think about, in my opinion. But anyway, yeah, empower yourself. In nature, women are the selectors. So, yeah, just arm yourself with that knowledge.
James said, if it doesn't matter, why are we talking about it? Because I'm the antidote to the losers stomping around the internet trying to convince every woman, man, dog, and child that body count definitely matters by producing lies, fear mongering, and disinformation. So when all those losers sit down and shut up, we're not going to be talking about this anymore. But as long as those losers are beating a stupidity drum on the internet, I'm going to be the antidote to the poison they're producing. Does that answer your question? Yes, this is education. This is education to counter the disinformation. I'm like a male bird, show us your feathers. Have you guys seen what peacocks do to get a mate? Have you seen the peacock, not the flamingos? Have you seen the flamingo dance? Who has seen the flamingos dancing? Who has seen it? It's amazing. Oh, it's so cute.
I haven't, but did you see the one where the peacock and the male peacock is trying to like be on display for the female and the female's like, leave me alone, I'm trying to eat. Have you seen that
Whoa.
video? It's so funny. But I haven't seen the flamingo one.
Little tippy tubbies. It's so cute. I'm gonna do this. Flamingos mating dance. Mating dance. Oh, I didn't have to write dance. It just put it in there. It's so cute. Flamboyant flamingo mating dance. Oh, here come the flamingos. Come on, flamingos. Come on. What? Oh, it's buffering. Don't buffer. Just play. Why is it buffering? It's so cute. She's great. Am I the great one? Just call me Gretzky. Oh, here they go. Okay. Ah, it's amazing. Amazing. Let me start this over. All right. Are you ready? Are you ready for this? Here they come. This is the flamingo dance. Look at them with the necks up. Tippy toppies with the neck up. Tippy toppies. That's all the males. That's all the males. The females are standing on the side watching. The females are standing back and watching. You see them in the back? While all the males do the little boy dance and say, look at me. Do you like my dance? That's how it works, boys. You need to dance. You need to show us your feathers. Do you know why peacocks show their feathers? Because the strength of their gene code shows up in the brilliance of their feathers. And competition is fierce. That is right.
Oh, that's adorable.
I know. Very adorable. Yeah. Rose Floridian, right? Male birds will build a nest. Look at my nest. I say this to males that are looking for a woman, a girlfriend. I'm like, what's your nest? What are you presenting for her to look at and see if this is a good nest for her?
Clear too when we were talking to Catherine, when I was talking about somebody who's like a handyman. because I don't know if I was clear when I said it, but like a man can be a man without being a handyman. Was what I was trying to say. Like that
Right.
shouldn't be, because then we're playing into stereotypes, and that doesn't just because they're good around the house doesn't mean, they're going to be good to you.
Well, when she's looking to get something fixed in her house, she should consider a handy woman. A handy woman. A handy woman will do a great job, clean up after herself, and not sexually harass you. Not make you uncomfortable in your own home. Not make you
Me,
regret. That's you?
I'm so handy. And
Yeah.
I'm not kidding. I've learned how to do so much with how home and car. Yeah.
Right? That's true, Rennie. They terrify me, yeah. I don't want males coming around my house. I really don't. I don't want them coming to my door. I don't want them in my house. I saw a few years ago talking to that library guy. Yeah. That library show, Blondie. That has blown up to extraordinarily. So I don't think he's ever gone more viral than with me, because we keep getting reposted over and over again. Somebody tagged me on Instagram, another inspirational channel with my clip on it, and I don't think they know who I am, because now people are just posting this all over the place with really, because they're not tagging me. And I don't care, honestly, because it's people out there hearing my voice. It's people out there becoming familiar with me, so that when they do see me, they go, oh, I remember you. You made me cry. My name on your backdrop, like here? Where's the link? As so many people, like that one where, I said you need to get out of your imagination, ground yourself in reality. And so many people like, oh, that really got me. A best friend. He builds everything, never gets mad while doing it. Lovely. Blondie, that was me.
I still think you need some merch that says, "Did it move?"
I bet it moved. Oh, I have so many one-liners. You taught me so much, especially coming out of the sex work industry. Yeah, lovely. I bet it moved. Oh, I had so much fun. I love interviews. That was a really good one.
Favorite line from you among all the lines is don't let their dysfunction be your distraction.
Yes.
That is my favorite one.
Yeah. Hi, Steve.
Yo.
Hey, what topic are you here for?
That's the only topic that's there, right? Body count doesn't matter.
Well, there is a lot that I could talk about. I did write all of these books on dating, relationships, mental health.
Oh shit! Wait, let me see that again.
Dating, relationships, mental health, even career coaching.
A lot of fucking literature, man.
Well, I'm a fucking big deal. If you go to Google and type in who's Canada's best dating coach, you're probably going to see this name.
Sorry for the background noise. I'm just cooking some dinner, but I can't speak. Like, I know you guys are. Is it all women here?
No, we got some men here as well.
I was talking about like in the call itself.
Oh, here on the panel? Yeah, all women.
Okay. I mean, I can't speak for women, obviously, because I'm a man. But as a man,
we don't know that yet, my love. We haven't yet figured out if you're a selfish short-term thinker or a generous long-term thinker.
oh, okay. I'm not sure either. But what I will say, as a guy, maybe that's better for you.
That might be more appropriate.
I find that because I mess around a lot and have a higher body count, it makes it tougher for me to emotionally attach myself to somebody else and it makes it tougher for me to date now. I don't know
Well,
how you want to respond to
you're
that.
still messing around, right? You use messing around like a present tense, so you're still messing around?
I mean, it depends, you
No,
know.
let me ask you this. Let me just make it easy to answer the question. Are you still having casual sex whenever the opportunity arises?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, so you're still in your hookup phase, right? So that's fine. But when you get older and you decide you've done all the messing around you want to do and you're ready for a long-term relationship, you're going to flip a switch in your brain. And that's when you'll be able to commit to somebody. And that's when you'll fall for somebody for their characteristics instead of being led by your pee because you have a high sex drive because you are a male with a 24/7 fertility drive, right? 24/7 fertility cycle, Steve, yes?
Yeah.
Exactly. So I understand that you're having lots of fun, but when your testosterone goes down because you get a little bit older, maybe a little bit more mature, now you start thinking long term, then you're going to switch up and you're going to start looking for somebody with characteristics instead of somebody with nice boobies.
I just wanted to respond to what Artemis had to say real quick. I don't know if you allow us to say comments. I think it is to like an extent. Like guys get upset because either they don't get enough pussy. I don't know if I can say that. Probably not,
No,
right?
don't say that. Don't be crude with women.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Either they don't get enough play or they have too many sexual experiences and then they want it's like uneven. Like they want their girl friends or whatever in the future to be like pure. So I kind of agree with Artemis there, where it is kind of projection.
Projection. I see that a lot. Yeah. So do you know what I say, Steve?
Yeah.
I say body count doesn't matter. Who you did is not who you are. When you're ready to pick a long-term relationship, you define who you are and you find the person who matches your energy.
Interesting. I love that you have these little
I got
it's
many.
almost like the fucking Instagram posts where like the infographics, you got them in person.
I got more. Do you want to see my other one?
Yes.
All right. So two people having sex is supposed to be two people having a big O. If he gets a big O, but she doesn't get a big O, he played by himself. And women don't count guys who play by themselves. We count participants.
Whoa. Okay, so explain to me like how that works.
If you didn't give her a big O, you don't count.
So okay, that's fair. But
Yes.
I'm like, what if a girl, like I had like a long term, not partner, but I was like hooking up with somebody long term and they were on like really heavy SSRIs. Does that play anything into this picture or no?
Well, she's going to forget about you. Do you want to see
Yeah.
another one?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. When males say the more males a female has been with, the more she loses value, what they're saying is my belief is males have a less than zero value because 1 plus 0 is still 1, right, Steve?
Yeah.
So if I was a 1 out of 10 and he's a 0, I'm still a 1 out of 10. But if he was a -1, now he reduces my value. So whenever males come here saying body count matters, I go, we don't listen to -1s.
Well, I mean, I wasn't saying that necessarily body count matters for the partner that I'm with. All I was trying, what?
I didn't think you did.
Thank you. I was just trying to say that, like, for me personally, I think that it's affected me in a negative way.
Well,
And I
no,
get what
I
you're
don't
saying
think
about like
so,
the
Steve.
long-term part. Oh,
I
go ahead.
don't think
Sorry.
so. I don't think so. I think you're just not serious yet.
Yeah.
I was going to circle back to see if you had understood what she said, because it's not about the number of people you've had sex with in the past. It's about the fact that you're still into play mode. You're not like buckled down and okay, relationship time. You're kind of like, oh, if one comes along, great. But in the meantime, I'm just going to have fun, which is totally fine. But it's not correct to identify that as being like an issue about body count. Like you can't project that into something different.
Okay.
How old are you?
Oh, I'm
So just to
22.
I just want to finish. So, but if you get to a point where you do want to have a relationship and you don't want to do the casual thing anymore and you're more serious and you are finding that you're having issues, then I would suggest you go to therapy, because then there's something inside of you that you haven't resolved or that you're hanging on to. Or some people even have shame, right? But
Yeah.
that's not intrinsic to body count. That's a you thing. I just wanted to add that.
No, I think you're right to an extent, because maybe like where I'm getting this correlation per se is that, like, to be honest, like, I'm not that old, but when I was like younger, to be honest, like I didn't treat my girlfriends that well. You know what I'm saying? So it's like it affects me now, because it's like, am I gonna be that way forever? Obviously not, but
Right.
I don't know. I think it's because I didn't treat myself good enough that I felt like
Yeah.
I didn't treat somebody else to the value that they deserve, you know?
Listen, Steve, I have an ex-boyfriend with a scar on his face because of my hand. So people change when you intend to change. When you decide who you want to be and you choose the behaviors that match your intention, that's when change takes place.
Yeah. Wow, why are you guys so respectful? When I hop on these lives, like everybody like wants to fight. They're all like argumentative, you know?
So, Steve, I match energy.
Yeah, you do.
I do.
That's great.
Oh, yes. And this is a really great, somebody pointed out something really wonderful. So again, welcome. My name is Chantal Hyde. I'm actually starting a movement called the Evolution Revolution. This is where I'm turning our culture from patriarchy to matriarchy. What you just experienced here is matriarchy.
What?
Yeah. Isn't that amazing? Wasn't
What?
that
What do you mean matriarchy?
You just colluded with women to learn to be functional. That's called matriarchy.
All right, so like, do you think that women are better than men?
In what category?
Let's say intelligence.
Yes.
There's no like ifs, ands, or buts about
No
it.
ifs, ands, or buts. Do you know how I can see that women are more intelligent? Two
Go.
ways. Two ways. How long have we had patriarchy for?
Well, I mean, I wouldn't say that it's always been a
No,
patriarchy.
no, no.
Are you talking about this country
no,
or
no,
like globally?
Listen, you're going to learn something here. Don't bore me. When I ask you a short, simple question, I want a short, simple answer. I want
Thousands of
ballpark.
years.
I don't expect you to be an expert, but ballpark. How long do you think patriarchy has been this modus operandus for?
Thousands of years.
Thousands of years. They had their run, didn't they? We're ending up right now. Do we have pollution?
Yes, we do.
Do we have wars?
All the time.
Do we have famine and homelessness?
Consistently.
Patriarchy isn't working, is it? So that's one clue. Okay, that's one clue. Here's the second clue. Who is responsible for raising children?
Woman.
Women.
Primarily.
And what are children? The next generation of leaders and bosses and CEOs, right?
Yeah.
So patriarchy failed, and it's women's job to direct the next generation. Women have leadership roles for the next people coming up. But the leaders that we had using patriarchy did a shit job. So I think we should trust women more.
Okay. You know, I agree to some extent. The only thing that I disagree with, and I don't want to sound like traditional or anything, but I feel like the man's role, not even in an emotional sense or whatever, he's supposed to be the provider. Is he not? When it comes down to finances and resources and...
Okay,
Go
but
ahead.
you apparently don't know history, because the only reason why males were in charge of finances and resources were because women were excluded up until the 1970s, and some exclusions are coming back today, like abortion restrictions. Women were excluded from education, from having a bank account, from owning property. Did you hear about the Salem witch trials? Have you heard those words?
I live in Massachusetts, so
So, do you know what the Salem witch trials actually were?
well,
A
yeah. I mean,
no, no.
it was a way to bring down women
It was
primarily.
land grab. It was women who owned land, and the males wanted to appropriate the land. So they made an accusation that imprisoned the women and killed the women who owned the land so the males could appropriate the land. So the only thing that makes you a provider is by excluding us from getting educated and having jobs and owning property and making money. But as you see today, women have jobs, bank accounts, properties, and money. What are we seeing today? A high divorce rate, right? Led by women who are freeing themselves because they couldn't before.
Well, isn't there a counter argument to that? In that,
Stop eating, by the way. Finish
uh,
eating, swallow, but do not smack in my face because I'll let you go. Because
sorry.
I was putting up with the cooking noises, but I'm not going to put up with eating noises, okay?
Okay. Isn't there a counter argument? Because I feel like divorces.
Mhm.
Oh my God, my cat's eating my headphones. Jesus Christ. Everything's falling apart right now. But I feel like the women, not like in this country, for example, like women usually get off better after the divorce.
So let's take divorce out of the equation, right? Listen, women, as you say, got off better because males were supposed to be the providers while they stayed home and looked after the kids, right?
Yeah.
So do you work for room and board, Steve? Do you go to your job for room and board and no more?
What do you mean? I'm having a hard time
Are
understanding.
you employed anywhere? Have you ever been employed?
Yeah, I have a full-time job right now.
Right. So would you work at your full-time job and would you extend it to 12 hours a day and all you get is a place to sleep and food to eat and no money in the bank? Would you do that?
I think you're trying to correlate this to what stay-at-home moms have to go through.
My question to you is, why should a woman who works in the home not get paid for her labor?
Yeah. I mean, that's fair. So the only other question that I have, and then you can let me go if you want. Don't you think that perhaps, like, I get what you're saying, and you're saying it in a very, like, respectful tone, and I appreciate that. Like, you're not trying to, like, fight with me or be argumentative. But don't you think, like, not necessarily equal, but why does one gender necessarily have to have, like, the not necessarily like the advantage, but a step up? You know what I'm saying?
What? Exactly. There should be no step up. It should be just based on your intelligence and abilities and capabilities. There should be no exclusion whatsoever. Women should have never been excluded from education. Did you know, Steve, that I have fallopian tubes? Did you know that I have body parts in my body called fallopian tubes? Did you know that?
Yeah. Those are the things that like pass the eggs, right?
Do you know who those are named after?
A man?
A male doctor, because women were excluded from education. Does that seem fair?
That's pretty messed up. Not to laugh. I never thought about that.
Exactly. So there's been a big step up for males and a big pushing down on females. We're not asking for a step up. We're asking for the pushing down to stop so we can actually be fully actualized.
Okay. So do you think that the U.S.
Stop eating.
still has
Stop
a...
eating. Stop eating. Don't
I'm
you
not
dare put it
eating.
in your mouth.
I'm not eating.
Okay.
Jeez.
Go
Don't
down.
you think...
We can hear noises, we can hear utensils. It sounds wet.
I'm putting
It's
some butter in my rice,
I'm just
guys.
explaining to you what we're
Sorry.
hearing.
I'm
I'm just explaining
sorry.
to you what we're
I'll
Steve,
stop. I'll
Yeah.
stop.
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 Stop. I'm just explaining to you.
Okay. I lost my train of thought. What was I about to say?
About how women don't want to be pushed down anymore. We just want to be who we are without males pushing us down because they don't like the competition.
Yeah, I get that. Do you think that to some extent that women do have an equal footing when it comes to academia in, let's say, the corporate workplace. Like women outnumber men in academia, and they
Yeah.
also
Why? And here's the
outnumber
thing,
men in
Steve.
corporations.
The reason why we outnumber men is because the restrictions were lifted. What is your problem with women now being who they want to be because they're not getting pushed out of universities while male doctors name female parts? Why do you think it's a step up now, an advantage to women? Because the boot is off our neck when it comes to education, and you don't like that we're outpacing you. Again, this is your ego not liking the competition. I recommend you stop competing because we do outpace you, because we are smarter, we are better. Stop trying to be better than us. Stop restricting us to feel better than us, and just work with us.
Well, I wasn't saying that I necessarily feel like.
What did I just say?
You said that I should not feel threatened by women actually having the equal footing, and I don't.
And doing better. Don't be threatened by us doing better. Stop competing, because you won't win, which is why they took us out of schools, which is why they tried to stick us at home barefoot and pregnant instead of accomplishing what we could accomplish.
Yeah. Do you have degrees? I feel like you have like a master's somewhere.
Do you know why? Because I self-educated. Because university is a for-profit institution. So instead of giving them my time and money, I educated myself on sociology, psychology, anthropology, biology, evolutionary psychology, behaviorism, and meditation.
Damn.
Mm,
You're so right though.
I
Like
know.
institutions don't really work that well.
Yeah, I know.
And now my cat's going for my dinner. It's not for you. But it's a lot to think about because you're right in some way, you know?
Mhm.
I have a question, Steve. Are you in a hurry to go eat? I don't want to keep you.
No, it's all right. I'm just
Yeah.
warding off the cats.
All right, I have a question for you. Why do you think, and I'm not saying you're right or wrong, I'm just curious about your reasoning. Why do you think that males should be responsible for providing?
I think it's natural. I think that
What do you
well,
mean it's natural?
I think that let's look at nature, for example,
Mhm.
right? Like I feel like nature is the woman is the nurturer and the man is the provider.
Okay, so Steve, pick an animal.
Let's go lion.
Lion. So the female hunts, the male doesn't.
Interesting.
See? Nature.
So what does the man does? Does he just play with himself? What does he do?
He makes babies and lays around all day.
That's what he does.
Yes.
Oh my God, user 399. I'm not playing with my food. Jesus Christ.
Can you focus on me, please?
Yes, I'm so sorry.
Okay.
Wow, you are assertive.
I am very assertive, yes. What about birds, right? Let's think about birds. The males put on a display, they show their feathers, they build a nest, they make a dance, whatever species it is, and then they pair up with the female, and both of them feed the baby, both of them make the nest, right? Both are
Yeah.
providers. Pick another animal.
I'm running out of examples here. I feel like you
Right.
just
So here's the thing, Steve. You've been so brainwashed by a culture that indoctrinated you into a certain way of thinking. I'm cracking through your skull and I really like it.
the toughest thing for me growing up, like I had a very like privileged upbringing, so I can't really say a lot of shit. Sorry for swearing, but the toughest thing for me was when I was in high school. I always felt like my opinion mattered less because I was a man. Does that make
It
sense?
matters less to women because I can never understand what it's like to have a penis, just like you can never understand what it's like to navigate this world as a woman. I had a conversation with my dad last week. He was over visiting. I said, "How many times have you walked through a a parking lot with your keys through your fingers? He says, not once. I said, me? Every single time. So you can never understand our existence. We can never quite understand yours. So don't look for us to be understanding and empathetic. Focus on yourself and your mental health, and don't step on women's necks and keep them down.
So I want to point out that it is about pedagogic science. Do you understand what I mean? Because I don't know if I pronounce it correctly.
Talking to me?
Yes, this is Dio, by the way.
Oh, I don't even know what that word means.
There is a science of how to educate people, basically. It's called pedagogy. I don't remember.
Pedagogical, my love.
Pedagogical. Oh, thank you. So, pedagogical science. So, sorry, I was just transliterating Ukrainian and it was broken, so that's why. But basically, this science is very broken right now. It evolves, but very slowly. They don't understand properly how to educate people. And the problem is that in most countries, in pedagogical approaches, there is a trickery. When they talk about gender differences, they approach educating differently. So, for example, when pedagogical student will be reading about gender differences on how to educate someone, they will have huge gap and differences of how they do that to males. And basically what they do, they try to ignore that they need to demand from them to be more educated, to try harder, because males typically need, as they say, I do not agree with that, and it is not scientific, they just created that upon social dogmas. So basically they think that males have to play, have to be careless. You cannot like demand from them to be very patient because they can express their emotions however they want. While for women, at the same time, they need to be more demanding. They have to be ladies, etc. So that's why they can ignore what male does, while at the same time they will be more demanding to women. That is actually also the part where I wanted to chime in, but I didn't have a possibility yet. So about intelligence. Right now, it's true that women are more intellectual, but it is not inherently about us as humans. There are no gender differences, and we will see it when we will have actual real equality. There are people that are smarter, there are people that have not such big capacity for some types of intelligence, but it's very broad. There are different intelligence. There's artistic intelligence, that's about music or drawing. There is analytical intelligence. There is associative intelligence, associative thinking. There is philosophical intelligence, etc., etc. There are so many of them. And everyone will be good at some specific intelligence, and it doesn't depend on gender. But right now, there is erudition in women. It's specifically because of those pedagogical approaches and due to social standard of the gender requirements to women, because they demand from women to have higher emotional intelligence, higher intelligence in itself, because they have to guess what men will want, they have to understand what men will feel, they have to cater to that, because why not? They have to be kind of like a slave. It's disastrous and it's inadequate, and they already break free from those constraints, and it's very awesome. But it in itself created erudition around women's brain and their thinking about world, and they can clearly see what they want from life because they've seen so much, they thought about so much. While men, what about men? Men can be careless, they can do whatever they want, they can even not process their own emotions, nevertheless, like thinking about someone's emotions. So they are typically dumber. but it's just right now. In the future, we will see that gender essentialism, where we say that women do that, men do that, it won't be applied. But right now, social standard created that differences.
What do you think, Steve?
Hold on.
Huh?
I'm chewing. I'm chewing. Hold on.
Okay, swallow.
Why are you guys so smart? Tell me that.
Listen, I'm a magnet, my love. Like attracts like. I've got brilliance up on here.
What's up with that? I don't even know what to say.
So,
You
Steve,
know?
I host this live stream Monday to Friday at 6 p.m. Eastern Time for minimum 2 hours. I often go longer than 2 hours because I love what I do. I love these conversations. I love teaching. This is my classroom. I call this university.
It's better than my school.
I know, because we're more concise. We don't waste your time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think the hardest part for me, like you said, like I don't necessarily have to be, I don't know if you agree with this, I don't necessarily have to be empathetic with women because I don't understand them. Like you don't have to be empathetic with men because you generally don't understand us. But I have a very tough time like regulating my own emotions, and like I don't really, like nothing makes me happy. You know what I'm saying? Like nothing.
Okay.
So I don't know what to do about that.
What do you think happiness feels like?
Like just having a good day. I don't know. I just feel like very rarely like I have a good day. And like I
Okay.
feel like not necessarily proud of myself, but like I achieve something. Like I always feel like I don't achieve anything.
So a good day for you, by definition, would be I have a sense of accomplishment today.
Yeah, like I've made a percentage of progress towards my goals or being a better person.
Right. So who put it in your head that you have to be perfect every single day?
I feel like it's myself for the most part.
It's not your parents that had a very strong work drive, something like that?
I mean, I guess I would say like my dad to an extent, but like I don't want to blame it all on him. Like I feel like I feel that way just because, you know? I don't know why.
I jump in really quick because I'm gonna drop. So I want to mention this too, Steve. I think so. I do energy healing work. I'm jumping on my live at 8:30, which is why I'm hopping off. You're more than welcome to come by if you want to like kind of work on this because I can help you with this. But a lot of times people have grown up in a family setting that makes them feel a certain way, and it can have been abuse, it can have not been what you would categorize as abuse, it can be just things that were said around you or the way they acted around you, but we often get the way we think from that family setting, and that a lot of times we don't want to blame our parents or put that on the parents, and I understand you wanting to take responsibility for your own state of being, but at the same time, if it comes from there, it comes from there, and it's important to go visit that and like heal it, because if you're not acknowledging what you got from that setting, then you're not going to be able to heal it, right? You've got to be able to look at it and acknowledge it, and there's nothing wrong with having what seems to be contradicting beliefs inside of you. So you can love your parents, you can be grateful for them, but you can still acknowledge that, hey, that this was fucked up, because nobody's perfect. I'm sorry, Chantal, I know. But like, as a parent, parenting is really fucking difficult. And I have in myself have seen where, my God, thank God I'm patient, because I can see how people snap and lose it, right? It is very demanding to raise a whole other human being. So these people, and I'm not making excuses for abuse whatsoever, because everybody has the opportunity and possibility to do their healing, but it's okay to acknowledge that they could have fucked up, or they could have been abusive, but then you still want to be loyal and still love them. Those things can all exist at the same time, but be willing to look at it and heal it so that you can do better for yourself. That's what I wanted to say. So good night, and thanks for having me up, Chantal. Bye, everybody.
before you go, Steve, do you want to follow Diane? Do you want to hit that follow button for her?
I already did.
Yeah, good
Perfect.
stuff.
Locked in on this.
I bet you followed me already too, didn't you? Oh, you did not.
Don't say that. I did already.
All right. So I do recommend that you go from here to Diane's live because she goes back in time with you. I'm the let's be present and go forward and practice solutions. And she says, let's go back, find those dysfunctions and turn them around so that they don't weigh you down anymore.
All right.
It's a very complementary approach. So I have a recommendation for you, which is my career coaching book. This one right here. Do you like reading?
Of course.
You're gonna love this one. So this one, I talk about identifying your purpose, passion, and talent, which I'm not sure if you've done yet, but if you haven't, this will be a fun thing for you to figure out. In the process of doing this book, in the process of reading this book, what you're going to learn to give yourself is grace. Grace on the way to your achievements. So do you remember when you came here and you said, well, what would there be to talk about? And I went, bam, right?
Like I said, that's a lot of literature.
That's not even the whole thing.
Oh my God.
And another one on the way on October 25th called Evolution Revolution. So something that I had to do as somebody who has self-doubt and at times low self-esteem, and sometimes at this juncture in my career and even early in my career, imposter syndrome. And I had to deal with insecurity, uncertainty, and my own toxic brain sometimes. And I had to learn to give myself grace and space and understanding. And I had to say to myself, it's okay if I don't accomplish something today. I'm still accomplishing something on the day where I eat well and I take my vitamin D and I get a little bit of exercise and maybe I do some meditation. Maybe I didn't work today, but I still did functional things that are going to facilitate my work.
I see. What do you do? Like, do you have a day job or?
This is my job.
This is what you do full time?
10 years ago, I'm about to have my 10-year anniversary in Niagara Falls on October 25th when I'm launching my next book as well. In 2015, when I went from 20 years of stripping to becoming a life coach, I said to myself, this is a 10-year plan to overnight success. So
You danced for 20 years?
anybody, yeah.
Wow.
Mama's
That's
53.
crazy.
Yes. It was amazing. It was fun. And I was sober the whole time.
You never drank.
I didn't want to. The rare occasion where I drank or had something in me on the job, I didn't like it because do you see how you and I are talking?
Yeah, respectful, letting each other speak, etc.
But also connecting. I can't do that when I'm on a substance. I can't connect with you the same way, which means I don't enjoy myself as much. Because when I worked in the clubs, I didn't want to be in my own little world. I wanted to be engaging.
Yeah. Yeah. So, like, do you think that experience has helped you, like, connect with people more?
It definitely helped me understand people much better because as I was studying social sciences and working in strip clubs for 20 years, I really got to understand the difference between a selfish short-term thinker and how to recognize them and a generous long-term thinker and how to recognize them.
So you quit 10 years ago,
Yeah, about that, yeah.
about a decade,
12 years.
12 years.
Mhm.
And then have you just been like writing and doing social media since, or?
Exactly, yes.
Nice.
Yeah. Letting people know who I am, which is why now when you Google who is Canada's best dating coach, you're going to see my name. You want to try it?
Yeah.
Do it. Yes, I am married. I have a wonderful husband. We already made out a few times today. I do have book bundles too. Bam.
You're legit.
I am legit, 100%.
All right. So I'll look at that book.
Okay.
Which one was it again? Tell me. I'm gonna take a
Uh,
screenshot, so hold it up.
Custom Made is the one I recommend for you.
Yeah.
If you wanted to add something to it, my second recommendation would be Say Yes to Goodness. Since you want to work on that happiness.
Yeah.
And when you decide you want to look for a long-term relationship, which at 22, you're very young, so don't beat yourself up for not being ready yet. But when you do decide, this is my dating book for men.
Okay.
And then when you start dating and you know you want to be a good man when you start a relationship, this is my relationship book for men.
Nice. All right, I took a screenshot of all of these. I'll start with the first one.
All right. So I am consistent to make it easy for you to come back and find me. There's always a button in the link in my bio. This is my main account here, by the way. You're seeing me on my backup account because I'm so good at teaching women how to not pick losers. Losers report me all the time to try to get me bananaed. And so you can follow me on my main account, and there's always a button in the link in my bio to help you find me.
All right. I appreciate it. I appreciate all the help. Like, I didn't even think I was coming into a fight, but
No. I don't
you
fight.
were, you were,
I don't fight with students. I don't fight with people who come to learn. Do you know what I like about you, Steve?
what's that?
I like that you have. Let me get my laminate. You have wonderful communication skills. We all appreciated how well you listened today. You had such an open mind, which is a beautiful thing to see. You're not one of those people going, I know everything already. You love to understand. We really felt like you were understanding us. Why are you like this? Because you showed so much respect for us, our bodies, our autonomy, and who we are as people.
Yeah. And I feel like I always shut down when it comes to women because I don't know. I just have a tough time with them. Like, I have a good relationship with my mom, my sister, we have an okay relationship, but I don't know. I've been having a tough time the past probably 16 months. And I don't know. I just got really spiteful and really hateful and so.
Are you consuming anything that would be considered red pill content?
All the time.
Oh, that's why. Cause and effect.
Yeah.
How about you do less of that and more of this? You want to come lean into me a little bit more?
We'll consider.
I'm nicer. I'm nicer. I'm smarter.
I know. They are pretty hateful, those
They
guys.
are. And I'm not hateful. I just match energy.
Yeah.
Can I just say, just from listening, because I've been doing my own thing here, but listening to you guys.
Go on, Ripple.
Oh, and the way that you have literally, Steve, just changed your demeanor and the way that you've been communicating from the beginning to now, so much better. Literally, the reason I've been quiet is because I'm not going to lie, you were pissing me off in the beginning. But now, you're actually communicating in a functional way, and it's a conversation, and it feels like you're being respectful and you're actually um hearing a good conversation. Before, it was just hard to listen, to be honest. So I can tell the difference just in the time that you've been here. So it's a compliment. Not, I know I said you pissed me off in the beginning, but that's a compliment. I can see the growth already, is what I'm saying.
Ripple is my protector, by the way. So, Steve, I just brought AJ up. AJ used to consume red pill content, and I brought him to come talk to you about this. So, I'm going to hand the floor over to AJ right now.
Okay.
Yeah, is my connection okay right now?
I hear you.
Okay, yeah. So I spent like a good like decade or so listening to like red pill content, like FNF stuff like that. Um, a lot of that stuff kind of, like you were saying, it kind of gives you like a really kind of spiteful spirit a little bit. I think like I said in the comments there, like if you just cut that stuff out like ASAP, um, and kind of like give yourself a chance to kind of grow out of that shit, like it'll save you like a good it'll save you your emotional health is what I can say.
AJ, can you recommend a redirect? Because something needs to fill the void, right? When you're consuming that, what's it going to fill his time with? Like, what did you redirect to? AJ, can you hear me? Oh,
Yeah, can you hear me right now?
I can hear you, yeah.
If my connection's okay. Yeah. I'll say Chantel's a good one. That's one way to redirect. I mean, I don't know, certain content started popping up. A lot of kind of feminist, more educational content started popping up for me recently. But I think my connection's probably. Hold on. Give me a second.
Mm-hmm.
We'll say that AJ has mentioned in the past that he came across you, sat and listened, let it process, sat with that information, and then slowly kind of just let more of that education penetrate his mind, right? Um, and it's nice to see that. And I appreciate Steve, I appreciate you actually listening. It started with a conversation I didn't really want to even be listening to where now I've enjoyed the last several minutes or 10 or so minutes. I can't recall now how long it's been, but the last little while listening to your conversation back and forth. So yeah, it's been good.
I also want to point out while AJ fixes his connection that a very important part of the red pill content and how to understand it properly is it based on emotional infection. Every emotions that people have, they infect each other. So when you are around the person that is angry, you will feel some part of that angry, or you can even match the anger to the same levels that they portray to you. It's the same with sadness, fear, happiness, etc. So if Chantel will start smiling very vividly, you will start smiling too, because you see that, and we have mimic neurons in our brain, or mirror neurons. Their work is to mimic and understand what others feel. So what those people do, they feel lonely with their struggle, and their struggle is about lack of emotional intelligence, lack of psychological skills, but they don't want to acknowledge this. They try to put the blame on someone. So in their case, they try to define some sort of that ambiguous, non-existing woman that they hate because they didn't give it to them. And that's why they create all that content, because they need to find like-minded people. And all their work is built upon hating. And they try to infect you, so they would have their own tribe that supports them and lifts them up. So they're creating sort of emotional and psychological tool from the tribes they built for themselves. They don't understand the complexity of what is happening, and they cannot have enough processing capability to understand what they are causing for the society, because it's actually trauma on the societal level. But they still do that because it's useful for them. They are egotistical because they cannot see outside of themselves, because the hurt makes them do that. So when you are consuming that content, you inevitably mimic what they propose to you, what they give to you. That's why going out of that content is the best solution to not be irritated, even when you don't understand why, or when you are understanding why, but that are not your own feelings, not your own words. These are the words that were put in your brain by their emotion infectivity. They infected you emotionally, and that's why you are thinking the same way that they are. So understanding this might be much more helpful for you to just quit it and choose something that's more useful for you or brings up happiness or positive emotions, something good.
Yeah. I mean, I think the most interesting, I listened to all of it, but the mirror neurons, like the problem with me is that after Trump got elected, and I know you're open, I voted for Trump in this past election. And after he got elected, I found myself not only like frustrated with what he was passing as a president, but I found myself pushing further and further to the right. You know what I'm saying? So like I was going like alt right, like really bad. And I still feel like I'm like going down that rabbit hole, you know? And like I think what Dio said was very interesting, because when you consume that content every day, it becomes your thought process, and then you just get irritated with that kind of stuff.
And you're in a constant sense of irritation because that content is nothing but stress, fear, stress, fear, stress, fear, stress, fear. So it forms your brain. It amplifies your amygdala. It increases your stress, fear, and anxiety. And have you heard that when people work out, like their muscles are burning calories after they stop lifting the weights? Have you heard that?
I have not.
So it's a bad analogy for you then, because you didn't know that already.
I'm sorry.
But all that to say that when you're not consuming the content, it's still burning in your brain. So it's still affecting your brain. And in order for you to stop feeling this way, you have to, here's the thing. If eating a pizza gives you an intense stomach ache, you have to stop eating pizza to stop getting the stomach ache. So it's giving you a stomach ache in your brain. And even when you're not watching it, consuming it, you're still unhappy because you're having the after effects of eating the pizza. It's giving you the stomach ache and affecting you even after you're done eating. And so this is why I brought AJ up to talk about a redirect, so that you can lay off on that. But the time that you're spending on that, put it over here so that you're eating something different that makes you feel good, even after you stopped eating it.
Have you guys mentioned Lex yet?
Oh, right. Okay, we will. Dio?
You said, but from neurobiological context. But it will be like more difficult way. You explained it easily, but it's also important. I think so, if it's okay. So the point is, when it's the same with the muscles, but in the brain. How so? Because as we all know, everything that we think, everything that we feel is neural connections. There are two neurons that have dendrites, axons that are tied to each other, and through them there is this spark that goes from one to another. And when that spark moves, it brings the information to us, and basically all those sparks activated, that is our consciousness. So when we see that what is happening and we do the same thing again and again, all those connections, they grow, they become more stable, they become reinforced. What is that reinforcement? Is myelin coating. It makes those connections very stable and not able to be digressed and to be cleansed. Why so? Because brain needs to catch to something that is more important to us. It doesn't matter if it's actually useful to us or if it's healthy to us, in something that it has to remember. So basically, it's like that muscle that grows and becomes more stable. It's those people that do some stuff with muscles that even when they stop, it's much more easier for them to get back. It's the same with that thing. So if you will even stop consuming that content, but you will get back to it, you will reinforce that connection again, and it will again give you that emotional context or thought context. That's why you don't want to relapse and go back to it. But the second thing is that post effect that you feel is the emotional cocktail. Everything that we feel on emotional level is biochemistry, and there are a lot of different chemistry happening in our brain and body. That might be noradrenaline, adrenaline, that might be different other hormones and neuromediators within our brain. And they persist in the system till they get reabsorbed. So when they persist, they provoke specific emotional reaction. And that's why you could have watched one video that got you triggered, and after that, in 30 minutes, you got some situations that somehow triggered that neuron connection, and you still have that biochemistry cocktail in your blood and in your system. That means that you will instantly have emotional reaction, which spark with much more power into your system, because there is another influx of chemistry into your brain. So that is what you want to avoid, and that's why you want to find something that brings more happy chemistry into your blood and into your system and reinforce those connections.
AJ?
Oh yeah, so I don't know if somebody already. I feel like Dio probably already kind of explained it in his way. Uh, I think the last question I was asked was like what to kind of replace that content. I think like Dio was saying, that content kind of it births negative emotions inside of you just to kind of trigger you. Like what I did, like just get into stuff that like I don't know what you like. I understand that you said that you're not happy a lot of the time, or it's hard to put yourself in like a happy mood a lot of the time, but find out what you like and consume more of that. Like for example, I'm into fitness. I started kind of studying to be a nutrition coach. I have a NASM. I don't know if you heard of it or not, but NASM is like a personal training kind of certification. Like get into stuff that makes you happy. Get into stuff that's more purposeful, that's more conducive to you and your life, not stuff that's gonna not stuff that's non-productive to not only your actions but your emotions, right? So that's what I did. That's what I would say to do.
Ripple? Was there? No? You unmuted because you were doing talk to text. Steve, what do you think?
I think I'm the dumbest person here.
Oh, no, you're smart. You know why I know you're smart?
Go ahead.
You're still here.
Yeah, my
You
dinner's
got,
getting cold.
you got to be smart to want to learn. So I'm going to let you go to go think about all that. I'm going to let you go see Diane when you're done eating, because she'll be on her live stream still, and see if she can help you with that. And order those books off Amazon and come back here anytime and hang out silently. If you just want to watch me teach other people, come and ask me questions anytime you want to.
I will. You guys have been also helpful. I really appreciate it.
Where'd you
Lex.
find? Oh, Lex. Oh, yes. Okay. Yes. Thank you. So there is another creator on here. His handle is Lex_therapist. He is a male therapist in the UK, and he hosts live streams during the daytime. And he's really good at holding space and helping men deconstruct the exact stuff that you're consuming. And all for free.
I'm sorry, I was chewing. I'll
That's
have to check it out.
Yeah, he's great. He's great, my love. Come back anytime, okay, Steve? Any other questions before you go? All
No, I don't have any other questions. I appreciate it.
right, my love. Come back anytime, okay?
All right, thank you.
Bye, Steve.
I'll drop down too. Hopefully, I was able to add something. I was kind of.
Oh, you did great, AJ. Thank you. I appreciate you so much.
All right, thank you.
I love that you let me call on you when we get young men who come from Red Pill. So thank you.
Anytime.
Yeah. Rebel, you want to say something?
I was just gonna say, Dio, I think it's so funny when these guys with one brain cell come in the chat and like don't understand what you're explaining, and it's so simple. The guy that got muted in the chat was like, "Explain what Dio just said." I'm like, he literally just explained how the brain has its own muscle memory. It was so simple. Like, come on,
Yeah.
people.
I muted him because I'm not going to let anybody waste their time arguing with somebody practicing willful ignorance, just looking to waste people's time.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I was just willing to say sorry because I was seeing that when I'm talking, Chantel started to yawn, and I was like, "Am I boring?" But at the same time, I was thinking like, maybe it's not tied to me, but I will try to shorten everything because maybe it's not entertaining.
No, she was yawning well before that, trust me.
Yes. That was
Sorry.
Dio, it's not you, it's me.
Sorry, I didn't want to be boring, and I sorry
No.
that I
No.
assumed in a wrong.
Never. You're never boring, my love. I love the sound of your voice. Okay?
Also, that I understand that I'm reiterating, and I understand that you might already know everything that I say, but I think that it might be useful for someone that doesn't know that nuance, and it's very important to understand all that chemistry that happens because it's actually very simple, but at the same time intuitively understanding. So if you understand that, it's much more easier to give in to advice that is given.
Hmm. I love when you break stuff down for us. So yeah, people who don't get it just either are too dumb to get it, or they, like Chantel said, they're being willfully ignorant.
Mm-hmm. I see Jason said CDC said more body count, more chance for divorce. Jason has to prove that wasn't a lie by providing 4 pieces of information to prove he didn't just take a dump in his hand and then point to the dump in his hand and call it CDC statistic. So what Jason's going to do and not say one word until he does is provide title of the peer-reviewed study that says that. The website is on, page number and paragraph number, but he doesn't get to say a single word. But if he yaps a single word before he provides the proof that he did not lie, it's proof he did lie, and we will then delete him for lying, fear-mongering, and disinformation. So when people say prove it, that's what they mean, Jason, 4 pieces of information, but not one word otherwise until you do, because you now have to prove you're not a liar, because we don't let liars stay in our vicinity. Dio's never boring. Jason had to provide the study for body count from the CDC to prove he didn't lie when he said that. So Janu said, so women can just sleep around and we men just accept it because body count doesn't matter? No, you don't have to accept anything. You don't have to accept us. You just walk away because you didn't control us before you met us, and you have a problem with that. See, we don't have a problem with what we choose to do, but you have a problem with women's choices. So just walk away. Notice how I'm saying you don't need to accept it. You just walk away, Janu. Do you see how both of us have free will? We have the free will to sleep with who we want to sleep with because it had nothing to do with you, and you make it egotistical when you make it about you. But we don't care what you make it about. You can walk away because you practice your free will. She didn't let me control her before I met you, and I don't like that, so I'm going to walk away. See, that's not you accepting it. That's you walking away. So you can do that. See, notice how it's not just one option, just accept it. It's two options. Accept it or walk away. Choices, freedom, just like we have. And we're not giving up our choices and freedom, and we're not telling you to give up your choices or freedom either. Doesn't that sound fair? Janu? I must just find a woman that waits till marriage. Yes, wait for a woman dumb enough to make an uninformed decision. You go find her. It's not us. We're not that stupid, Janu. See, what your question actually was is women are telling me they're not stupid and I just have to accept it? That's right. Women are not stupid, but you want a stupid girl. So go find a stupid girl. Us women aren't going to stop you, except for me. I'm going to teach girls to become women so they don't make uninformed decisions and end up with losers. Oh, we respect ourselves too much to listen to a loser that says, you have to make an uninformed decision when you pick a husband. Right? We respect ourselves too much to listen to a loser that says, I controlled your body before you met me. We respect ourselves too much to listen to a loser that says, don't do what you want with your own body and figure yourself out and enjoy your own body. We respect ourselves way too much to give you any control over our lives whatsoever. We have way too much self-respect to listen to a loser like you. Hands up in the comment section, ladies, if you respect yourself too much to listen to a loser. Danny. Sean Marie. Cookie, Mare, Artemis, Magician Goddess, Mayrin, Carla, Liberta, Sam, User, Faith. See, all these women really respect themselves too much to let some loser tell them what to do with their own bodies. I love all these self-respecting women. They're amazing. Shelster. I love self-respecting women. So quiet. What happened, Janu? Do you think, oh no, he's still here. Why are you still here? Janu, nobody here is going to select you. You don't need to accept that. You can move on. You can leave. Janu, why don't you just leave? Why don't you respect yourself and just leave? Because nobody here would listen to a loser who says the things you say. So it seems like you have no self-respect when you stay in an environment where people don't like you because you seem to want women to make uninformed decisions, but we're all too smart to do that. So why don't you respect yourself more and move on instead of staying in this environment? She said, Maybe it's not a rejection kink. Maybe it's just familiar. We seek what's familiar. Eh? It's good though. He's choosing silence. That's almost a sign of wisdom on his part. Well, my loves, I think I'm going to head out for tonight. Everybody hit the follow button if you haven't yet. Ripple.
Have a good night.
Yay. My agenda is to make women smart. My agenda is to make women too smart to pick a loser. Eh? Women are too smart to pick losers because of me. I love it. I love it so much.
I will be posting, if anyone's interested, I will be posting live updates on the flotilla.
Yeah. Oh, you're welcome. Good, good, good. I've been watching that too. Education is power. That's right. Knowledge is power. Why would we be looking for unintelligent guys? We want men. Wonderful men. All right, I'm going to do a book walkthrough. You can get my paperbacks on Amazon. I've got ebook bundle deals, audiobooks as well. You can get all these in the link in my bio for the paperbacks, the audiobook, the ebook bundle deals, even the free book. All those buttons are in the link in my bio. Awesome first live. Yay! Get yourself a free book, my love. So here, I'll do the free book first. So the free book is Fake Love Need Not Apply, How to Identify and Safely Remove Posers, Losers, Scammers, and Predators. If you are listening to me and you're in a relationship and you keep saying, he's such an asshole, he did it again. Yes, Ripple's a lesbian. She's a wonderful lesbian. If you're saying he's such an asshole, he did it again, that's a sign that you're in the wrong relationship. So dump that person. Use Comeback Queen to heal faster from the breakup or divorce. And then use No More Assholes to never pick another loser again. Hi, what's your name?
Nigger.
Oh, loser! That's your name. Your name is Loser. Bye, loser. Never come back. Never, never, never. Non-existent. Squish the ant. Ah. Squish the ant. So, speaking of No More Assholes, make sure you grab a copy of No More Assholes. Never end up with one of those. The way you find out if they're one of those is you don't occupy their mouths with your kisses. No kissing, no sex, no sleepovers, no exclusivity, minimum 3 months. Don't forget, body count doesn't matter. Who you did is not who you are. When you're ready for a long-term relationship, you pick the right person, not a loser. That's why they do this, my loves, because they know I teach you how to not pick a loser. Dio, have a good night. So No More Assholes in English, No More Assholes in Spanish. It is also an audiobook. It is also a workbook with bonus material. When you get into your new relationship, grab your Fix That Shit book to have a zero fight relationship. You have Fix That Shit for women, Fix That Shit for men, helping you with communication skills, conflict resolution skills. Fix That Shit for women is also an audiobook. And the Fix That Shit books also have workbooks with bonus material again. So the Fix That Shit for men workbook and the Fix That Shit for women workbook. Don't forget your teens so that they are not left to be preyed on by selfish short-term thinkers, manipulators, abusers, coercive people. Get them dating one-on-one so that they learn how to recognize them and they also are empowered with their own sexuality and body so nobody can take advantage of them. Say men who want to heal faster from a breakup or divorce and select the right long-term partner, your dating book is the perfect play. Say Yes to Goodness, 10 Steps for a Complete Happy You to help you elevate your happiness in 10 areas of your life that affects you mentally and emotionally. Custom-made is career coaching. You're going to identify your purpose, passion, and talent and then monetize it. This is a workbook, 2 writing exercises at the end of every chapter. The Glow Up Journal is a 60-day writing and doing journey guided by me. You can do it in the book or you can do a digital version where you get an email a day for 60 days, which is in the link in my bio. So this is going to biohack your body, increase your self-esteem at an expedited rate in 2 months. by doing specific exercises that change your brain structure. So use the buttons in the link in my bio to get your paperbacks on Amazon, your ebook bundle deals, your audiobooks. Do check out my Niagara Falls event. I will be in person on Niagara Falls, Canada at the Falls View Marriott on October 25th from 10 a.m. until 10 p.m. It is a full day conference. It's going to be amazing. We're going to have a great time. Meditations, sound bathing, guest speaker, open mic, a short film, documentary being made about me. There's a special edit being shown. There will be a film crew there because a documentary is still being made about me. And then ending with a dance party at the end of the night. 2 DJs. Gonna have such a good time, you guys. Michelle.
Nigger.
There you go, loser. Look at this,
Fuck your mom, fuck your
ladies.
dad,
All you
nigga.
gotta
Get
do
the
to
fuck
get
out of
rid
here,
of a
bitch.
loser
Get
is
the fuck
block,
out of here.
delete, cleanse, remove. Block, delete, cleanse, remove. It's so easy to get rid of losers. Now, of course, losers are always going to pop up, right? That's why we are unaffected, because when you go outside, you see ants everywhere. You're not affected by the ants you see. You squish the ants and move on. Get on with your day. So we're very unaffected by these losers, right? Watch this. Block. We're very unaffected by losers. They don't bother us. They're insignificant. I love you, my loves. And right, of course the information hits a nerve. Because what happens to losers when women don't pick losers? They don't get laid. Losers don't get laid. Aww. This is why they're so mad, ladies. All right, my lovelies. Dio, AJ, Ripple, Scarlett, Sean Marie, Jerry, Carla, Shelster, Libetta, Spaghetti, Virgo, Jerry, Dawn, Joni, Rosie, Kat, Soph, Bluffiest, Sophie, Kimberly, Vanessa, Faith. All right, my lovelies, I'll see you tomorrow at 6 p.m. Eastern Time. Have a good night.